What's good? I'm here with Ned, a.k.a. Nedarb
Nagrom.
And motherfucking DJ Two Stacks, who's currently enjoying a thick, frothy swisher right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's lovely.
So, yeah, I'm in here today with you guys, and we were just talking about using methamphetamines in order to become a truck driver. That's literally what we were talking about, and I know that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense. Why the fuck were you guys talking about that? But we were just talking about like what it would be like to be an Uber driver, and then the conversation spilled over into what it would be like to be a truck driver, and then Scott suggested that probably the only way to survive would be to just consume a shitload of meth. Thoughts?
I disagree.
You disagree? So if you were a truck driver, what do you think your lifestyle would be like?
It would just be so lonely. I wouldn't want to be
Point the mic right at your mouth.
I wouldn't want to be doing meth.
Yeah.
While I'm...
Because you'd be alone.
I'd want to be smoking weed.
Yeah, easy.
Or like doing some other drug.
Yeah.
See, that's what you say, but it's not realistic.
Can you just pull it so it's right in front?
Yeah, that's not realistic. If you're driving a truck, you can't be smoking weed or be falling asleep at the road. That's why they take meth and speed and shit. So you
Is
can
that
stay
really
up,
a
dude.
thing?
You know what? My dad used to drive a truck. I could ask him.
Yeah. And ask him what everybody else is doing, too.
Did you ever do speed or meth, like, when you were on the road? I'll ask him. He drove, like, a bread truck or something like that.
Yeah.
He had to have taken, like...
In New York?
A couple mystery pills, yeah.
See, that's...
Probably, like, all throughout the tri-state and shit.
Your dad must know about all kinds of crazy shit, because I'm sure that the other crazy thing about being a truck driver is just, like, truck stop culture.
Picking up hookers.
Exactly.
Hookers, picking up hitchhikers and dudes and making them suck your dick. It seems like that's always what's happening in movies and stuff. And actually, I have a friend named Tardif, shout out to Tardif, who he used to hitchhike across the country all the time, just like, because he's weird. He went through a phase for a couple of years doing this, and he definitely had dudes who pulled over, picked him up, and were just kind of like, hey, like, do you want to suck my dick because I'm giving you a ride? And he'd have to be like, nah, sorry, man.
I would just charge people.
So when that happened,
For
like, would
head?
they kick you out or just be like, oh, okay?
I think it
You don't
depends
have to
on
suck my
the
dick.
type of sex predator that you find, you know? Like, sometimes they might be real nice about it.
I feel like
Sometimes.
they're perverts. I feel like truck drivers are perverts. I'm going to go on the record and say that.
Well, you'd have to be kind of strange to, like, choose to live your life in isolation.
How often do they jack off? Like, every day, like 6 times
Probably
a day.
on the road.
As much as you want. You ever jerk off while driving?
Yeah.
Me too. You?
I've thought about it. Like, I've been horny enough driving
Turn those
like,
thoughts
to where I'm
into
like, should I
reality.
do it? But I always think about, like, people are driving past me.
Yeah.
And I always think that when I'm in the car that every person I see, I think I know them.
Really?
It's weird things. When every car, if I look into the other car, I'm like, oh shit, what's that? No, I couldn't be. So I can never jack off in the whip because I would think that someone like I work with or something.
I think it'd be kind of funny to like die jacking off while driving.
It's
Like, get in a car accident
almost seems
and
inevitable.
You're dead, but your hand's like on your hard dick. Like, okay, when you die, does your dick stay hard? No, probably not, huh?
No, it probably shrivels up into your body, right?
I don't know because when you die, all types of crazy shit happens.
Don't you shit yourself?
You shit, you piss, all kinds. So you might.
That's what I've heard too. Can we confirm
ejaculate?
that? What happens when you
you
die?
might ejaculate.
Release like after a couple hours, your body has to shit at some point.
But there's no way that the sperm is hooked up to this mechanism.
Do you come when you?
Do you
if
come
you're
when you
about
die?
if you're about to come,
Yo, I'm gonna actually look it up though right now. I'm gonna look up, do you really shit yourself when you die? Because
Definitely,
I've heard it so
definitely.
much.
I was just looking at crime scene photos this morning.
You are not allowed to talk unless you want that fucking mic in. Crime scene photos. I'll communicate what you want me to say. What a forensic scientist doesn't tell you about what happens when you die.
just look up dead people shots from the back, and just look at their pants. It's
Okay.
just muddy.
I'm going to read you guys something. Depending on the position of your body at the time of your death, your blood will pool in a
boy.
particular area.
That jacket's filthy.
And because Brandon Began, you look great wearing the new Ain't Nobody Cool line. Shout out
Looking
to AMC.
very cute.
Damn, I need that
Might
shit.
wife them up.
He was modeling all day. I know I want all those clothes, but they don't have anything in
All I
double
do
XL
all day is
currently.
Damn, that new
Look at pictures
ANC
of
line is
Brandon.
crazy.
Brandon's the Ian Connor of BMX, just so you know. Now that I'm getting him like more modeling jobs and stuff, well, job, quote unquote, like it seems like the Ian Connor comparison, which used to be a total joke, is actually like, I think he's going to be like the swaggy BMX rider for like the new
Brandon?
millennium. Yeah,
Yeah, he's got the look.
he does, right?
He does.
I don't know how all this happened. Wait, okay, let's figure this out. It says erections. This is about erections. Specifically, the region of your brain that controls the muscles that hold your sphincter closed become incapacitated following
Hate that
death.
word, sphincter.
Just like those rare occasions when you laugh so hard you pee your pants, you will pee and poop in the spontaneous relaxation of your muscles following death. In fact, it's not just the muscles, but also the gas produced inside your body following death that will cause peeing and pooping. I like how the article says peeing and pooping.
Yeah, before it just said sphincter, and then it goes to peeing and pooping.
Yeah. But, I switched to the pee and poo article, actually. So, your muscles may contract when you die. the muscle in a man's body may contract and so cause an erection. So you may get an erection and you die.
That's tight. I want
And
one.
it
But
may
do you
even
come,
lead
though?
to ejaculation following death.
Ooh.
Wow. Because that kind of raises a question that I've always sort of wondered about. Like, this is what we used to talk about in like 8th grade. If Carmen Electra died right in front of you, would you grab her boob?
Yeah. Yes.
Because at the time, to us, Carmen Electra was like the definitive
I remember,
hot
yeah.
chick, you know?
I was
the
definitely
first, like-
searching for her images on like Napster.
How about
and
this?
Shit like
Who's the
that.
first girl you were like looking up online, like when you're like young?
Damn,
Mine was
'cause-
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, well, that's why I had my first wet
Animals.
dream about Pamela Anderson. Yeah.
Pamela Anderson,
Barbed wire.
That
Carmen
was like
Electra.
a classic for me.
Carmen Electra, yeah. Now that I've touched so many fake boobs, I definitely would not touch
I've
the
never
dead
touched
fake
one.
boob.
What does it feel like?
Feels like a sack of fucking silicone inside skin. It feels weird as fuck.
I never touched one either.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Fuck that.
Hit up
I
the
never
titty
wanted
bar,
to.
boys. You don't want to?
Nah, like you
Titty
know what I
bars
mean.
are
Like, yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I had to get it out of
If
my
it
system in
happened-
order to even like realize that it's kind of a weird thing. But I mean, I'm not like
I've
swearing
only
off
been
it by
to
any means.
weird ass strip clubs, like in the country where they're playing like country shit,
Push that closer to your face.
like what are still.
Huh? Which one's he? This one? Or
Turn my mic
no,
levels
that's
up.
that's Al. So
Hey,
he's
me up
R.
turn
in
my
the
treble-
headphones. Turn me up
turn
in
my
the
treble
headphones.
up.
Check. All right. I'm sure it's fine.
I gotta go to a strip club in like Atlanta where they're playing like ratchet shit.
That's where I want to go. Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks crazy.
Because Ned loves fake butts. No, he
I don't
loves
like fake
He likes
butts.
black women. Period.
Yeah,
but
that's
then
true.
fake butts is probably
I'm
part
not
of
interested in white women. Go away.
Wow.
I don't know
Racist.
why. It's not racist.
This is
I
a
just,
real
like,
thing.
I grew up in Canada in New Hampshire, and I was
Over
never
it.
around like many like black girls. And then when
Yeah, I
I
get
started
it.
to be, I was like, they're way finer.
it. Yeah. I mean, I
They
could.
got bigger butts.
I'm attracted to black women for sure, but I mean, it seems like there may be something like mentally wrong with you that you're solely attracted to the
Oh, I'm
type of
not
woman
so-
who
I
was
mean-
not around you as you were growing up.
I'll hook up with whoever.
I'll hook up with whoever.
I'm not that picky.
No, but I had Ned stay with me for a short period of time, and sure enough, it was only ebony queens who visited the palace during that time period. Ebony
True.
queens, chocolate goddesses. Are
Very
you
true.
into this? Have you gone black? Have you gone back?
Yeah, for sure. I've tried like all flavors. I think,
Yeah.
but
Are you mixed? What's your ethnic background?
I'm like a mutt, dude.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I'm
A mutt.
a mutt, dude. I'm just an American, like
Right.
America.
part.
In the future, everyone's
Everything.
going to look like him.
Some people don't think I'm white. They think I'm like something else.
It might be those weird ass little beanie earrings.
You know what's weird?
True.
People like I get if people might say like, oh, what are you, or whatever, be like confused. But when I was working at the last job I had, everyone who I worked with who was black thought I was black. And I would be like, "What? How could you? Like, nah, dude. Like you should know
Yeah.
over anyone else. Like that I'm not. Like, don't you have a radar that says like, oh, this dude's not black?
No, but
You know what I mean?
if you
Like-
had told me like, oh, I'm half black, half white, I would have been like, oh, okay, that totally
I
sounds
guess.
about right.
To me, it
Yeah.
blows my mind. I'm like, how do you like? Because that never happened to me in my life until I just like this was like maybe 2 years ago or something. And I was just like, it blew my mind.
Well, if anyone's going to think that you're part black, it should be black people for
You
sure.
think
Like,
so? I would think it would be
yeah.
the opposite. Like they should know.
Who
like,
gives a fuck what white people think about race? White people are not allowed in the racial conversation, besides us, because we are involved in hip hop
We're
music.
true.
Quote me on that
I'm
one.
half black.
All right, so
I identify as black.
Ned,
I identify as half black.
do you do?
No.
Can we talk
That's
about
what
the
they-
Rachel Goes Out thing?
That's what I'm talking about.
That could be you. You could easily pull that off.
Right.
Way better than her.
I think they were just saying that another one of those people was doing that. Those people. That's
No.
like crazy.
No, it was one of the Black Lives Matter dudes.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
like there was another guy who was like.
I
they
heard it
were
was a
saying-
fuck up. I heard it's not true.
And then I looked into it and it was so fucked up. Like they were just attacking him.
It was like a right wing organization
Exactly.
calling him out based on the fact that like the name on his birth certificate is like a white dude, but like his
Yeah.
actual biological father's black. So there you go.
They
He's half black.
mislabeled him as transracial.
Yeah, but they should not. We should not be allowing or supporting like American news institutions who are just following up on leads from right wing organizations. Like it just seems like a bad precedent to set. Like, you know, you didn't see the news taking like the "is Obama really an American" thing terribly seriously because we all recognized early on that this was like a farce that was being used by the right to discredit him. Blah blah blah. Are we talking? This is supposed to be about hip hop. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
This is Obama.
This is Obama.
Obama
Right,
is
yeah.
hip hop, dude.
bro.
Right. He likes Nas. He always talks about
If
it.
Donald Trump becomes president, we should all leave.
If Donald
Is
Trump
that a real
really
thing?
became
Like-
president, what the fuck would people like us do?
I think he's gonna get killed. Like, I think he would get assassinated.
But you know what? To me, it's like I get it, and it scares me too. But like when there's a new president, what really happens, dude? Like it's the same shit.
But I think we've
every
seen some
time.
good
It's
changes through Obama that wouldn't have happened if we had elected a Republican. The healthcare shit, the fact that gay rights, gay marriage.
I feel like we been in less wars.
That kind of is like the
no.
principal commentary on
I don't
Obama.
know
I think is
shit.
that like the war shit has not really slowed down at
kept that
all.
shit going. He went. He got Osama, dude.
Yeah, he did, and he was very, very proud of it.
Yeah,
Did you guys see
I was kinda proud.
the Virginia shooting?
that's fucked up.
Did you watch the video?
I watched it. It was fucked up.
What
dude.
happened?
Like,
Okay, so basically, for anyone who hasn't caught up on this, because Ned only checks World Star and Media Takeout.
I never would go on World
right.
Star, so fuck you.
I'd be surprised if it's not on World Star.
I think I looked today and didn't see it. But yeah, so basically like a dude, an ex-employee of this news station, he shows up at like a live taping where she's this female newscaster and she's interviewing some lady, and he just fucking walks up and he's filming himself, like holding the phone, and he's got a gun out in front of him. It looks like he's playing fucking Doom 2, and he
Right.
just points it right at the chick. And the really weird part is that he points it at her.
Was this live on TV?
Yes.
Whoa.
But the camera angle of it, but then he went on Twitter right away and posted the video of him doing this and Facebook and everything, and he was like narrating it on Twitter, like saying shit about the woman that he shot and everything. Basically, he had been fired from his job, and then he just had all these complaints. They said that he was mentally disturbed. The staff at the job tried.
So somebody died.
2 people died. The 2 people he
he's
shot.
in jail
So,
forever.
but just picture this: the video
dead,
is like
I think.
if I was
Or he
just
shot
walking,
himself.
holding my phone and shot, pow, 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 like that. That is what it looked like. It's fucking insane. And the other real thing that's crazy that they're talking about is the fact that because Twitter and Facebook now autoplay videos while you scroll through your feed, that a lot of people saw it who didn't want to see it.
Oh yeah, I hate that shit. Dude, did you see that one dude who shot up that theater in Colorado got like 3,000 years in jail?
How many people did he kill again?
A lot, like I don't know, like 13, 14.
Like in the 20s, maybe.
It was, and then it was like 70 injured.
Really? The movie theater shooting was it
Yeah,
Batman?
in Colorado. Yeah,
How do you guys feel about gun control?
I don't know.
it would be nice if they could figure it out, but I don't have any faith that.
I don't think
happen,
guns are
like-
cool, but I don't know if you live in the cuts. Like sometimes you might need it.
It's weird because it's like I would like to see an overall law that like really limited people's ability to get guns, but then at the same time, if I owned a big ass nice house, I might want a gun.
I'll say
Yeah,
this:
exactly.
I think if you have any like sort of like weird mental disability, like you shouldn't be able to have a gun.
They just
Like,
give guns to anyone
Yeah.
in certain places.
If you have any criminal record, any type of like mental weird fucking illness, like you shouldn't have a gun. Like who really needs a gun unless they're like hunting and shit, which is still.
You ever go hunting?
I've never been hunting.
Me neither.
I would.
I know like some gun people. Like I know people who are those like types of people. Like
Right.
crazy about guns. They love their fucking guns, and like I don't think that there's anything wrong with them. Like they seem like it's over there. They
You
seem
want me to grab
like
the vodka?
regular people. You know what I mean? Like
No, yeah. I mean,
But-
I know plenty of people too that like they really are enthusiastic
Yeah.
about guns, and sometimes I like my political leaning is like Jesus, like we need to get rid of as many fucking guns as possible.
Yeah.
These people are fucking deranged for the
That's-
fact
yeah.
that they support this.
that's how I feel too. But so like for some people, it's just like a different culture.
I think it'd be cooler deaths if we got rid of guns. Like, how are people gonna kill each other? That's kind of fucked up. But
No.
like, what are people using?
But you do see that in England that there are a fucking shitload of stabbings. Like
Right,
way
they
more
stab
than
each
here.
other
Yeah,
there.
they stab each other. But they have
They
guns,
don't
but
have
it's
as many.
much harder.
Police don't have guns there.
The police don't, but then there's like a certain like task force of police officers that are called in for certain types of things that
Yeah.
have guns. So
It's not just the guns though with the police, because there's places where police have guns and they don't shoot people. all the
exactly,
time.
yeah. It's the thing is that
you
so
can't
many of
just-
the citizens are armed in America. You know?
There's fucked up people in America. It's like a special brand of fuck
America's fucked.
brains here.
Yeah, well, but because
of them
also
in
you think that we just don't do anything with our mentally ill. You know, like if people are
Put 'em in
fucked up in
jail.
the head, they
Put 'em
put
on
them in
the
jail or they like leave them on the streets. You know.
That's Austrian jail.
Yeah. So, can we talk about being DJs now that we've done 15 minutes of like basically covering like the basic points of
real
like
shit,
huge
real
issues like guns and
That was real
Is that
adult
not what
shit.
usually goes on?
yeah, not usually,
Talk
but
about bullshit. Yeah.
but, yeah, you want to talk about some bullshit?
We'll talk about DJ shit.
What's it like being a DJ in LA?
I don't do too much. I do a lot of underground shit, but it's cool. I
Yeah,
literally use virtual DJ.
I
like
downloaded it today. You
Ableton.
showed me how to use it. Yeah.
Yep, and it's fun. Like, I don't know. I just play like Chief Keef and like Waka and trap shit. People fuck with it. I think trap music's like the best shit to play at like functions, like for sure.
Well,
Lil
the kind of
B.
functions you play for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the main skill needed to be like a good party
Just
DJ.
know
Like,
what
No
pops
good
off
songs.
live.
Yeah.
Know
Just
what-
no good songs. You don't
Yeah.
have to be a turntablist or anything like that.
Like I said, all I do on virtual DJ is hit this button that just like slows shit down and play the next thing. And if the song's a banger, then like people go crazy. They don't care about the transition. Like that's like weird EDM shit.
Only DJs care.
is it risky though? Because like when I was making my playlist with you today, it's like I can think of thousands of rap songs that I fucking love.
Yeah.
But I'm also not under the impression that the Puya crowd on Sunday is going to necessarily care about some OJ the Juice Man freestyle from 2005 that I love and that nobody else knows what the fuck
Because
it
I feel
is.
like he has a younger crowd too.
OJ?
No.
Oh, Puya, yeah,
Like, I
exactly.
think it's like teens
Yeah.
that might not be up on like that like real trap shit. Like
I witnessed that when at Bones' show, fucking Fred Durst came out and played Break Stuff, the Limp Bizkit
Nobody
hit.
knew it,
Nobody
huh?
fucking knew. That song came out when
would've
I
went
was
crazy.
13.
Like
he was there.
did it.
He played.
like was it like the instrumental playing and then
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he just-
played the
wow.
instrumental. And somebody told me that he wasn't actually doing
I
the
would go
vocals.
ape shit.
He didn't have a
It
mic.
doesn't
I
matter.
thought he
As
did
long
the
as
whole
he was
time.
there, like,
He was wearing a red hat, running back and forth. It might as well.
Limp
all that
Bizkit was
matters.
my favorite.
Limp
when I was
Bizkit,
a
because
kid.
Fred Durst
And
fucks with
Korn?
Bones heavy for some reason. He knows about him.
That's tight.
Last time I checked,
That
or
makes sense,
When all
dude.
this happened, Bones had like the Fred Durst follow, and Fred Durst only followed like a handful of people. Let me check out. See if
That's
he's still.
tight.
And one thing that's funny about Bones is that he like follows all these BMX dudes on Instagram for some reason. It's like all us. Okay, Fred Durst is 1.5 million followers. He's following 56 people.
I want to know what his net worth is. I always look that shit up.
Whoa,
People's
follows
net
Xavier
worth. That's tight.
and
Shout out.
follows Bones and Bones' brother Elliot. And you want to know something really strange is that he also follows Bones bearings and Bones wheels. I wonder if he was
That's where he got
confused
his
at a
name.
certain point,
He was
like
confused. He was just hitting every bone.
he's just boning Fred Durst. We need answers, dude. Fred Durst needs to
probably
come
follows
in here and get
boners.
interviewed. We need to do a Bones podcast too. If you're listening to this, shout out on Team
Elmo,
Sesh on
what's up,
Twitter and
bro?
say hey.
Rap on my beats. You
See,
never do.
But this is interesting because he also follows all this skate shit. Guy Mariano, Lance Mountain, Skateboard Mag, skateboardmag.com, which why are there two separate Twitters for that? I
Dude,
don't
want to know what's funny? Me and Bones used to have a beef back in the day.
About what?
It was some stupid shit. It was
Let's
like
hear it.
before I made
Where'd you get
beats-
those cups, by the way?
They're right here.
Give me one.
Before I made beats, I used to run a podcast too.
I did
It was
not know
called
that.
Ned's Place, and I would interview people via Skype, and I would have them set up their mic, and I would put them on SoundCloud. We would record the shit, and then they would send me the files. Blah blah blah. I would record people like Eric Dingus and like just random producers and shit. And then Eric set me up with Bones. He told Bones about me, and so I was gonna like get Bones on the shit. So like. It was right before he was about to go on tour, and I was about to go on tour. This was in 2013.
Okay.
And basically, I was like, yeah, dude, like, I'm trying to get you on the podcast, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, I'm down. And then a few weeks later, yeah, I'll take some. A few fucking weeks later, my computer breaks, and so I have to get a new hard drive. So I don't have a computer to do the podcast shit. And he hits me up, and he's like, yo, dude, like, I'm not trying to wait around to, like, do some podcast with, like, no little boy who's going to, like, not put in work. Like,
Wait, so he was mad at you because
Yeah.
you didn't do it? You
yeah,
didn't have
like,
it set
I
up in
probably
time?
still have the Facebook message. Like, the shit it was weird. And I was like, dude, my computer broke. And he's like, I'm not going to wait around for, like, no little shit, like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, my computer's broke. I'm about to go on tour. I'm sorry. Like, whatever. And then, like, I don't know. It was weird for a minute, but we're cool now.
Was
But
Bones
that
already like one of your favorite rappers at this point? Did this actually affect you?
No, like he put out Creep at that time, and I thought
So-
that was a really cool tape.
Right.
But I was like upset. I was mad that he called me a little boy because he's younger than me.
So it's
So,
extra insulting.
But like, yeah, when I like booked him for a show like in Milwaukee when I lived there, and then we smoothed it over, so it's all good. Shout out Bones.
What are like your top favorite songs to play when you're DJing? Like, say you're DJing like a Ham on Everything tomorrow. What are like essential key ingredients to make the crowd get lit?
There's like a couple songs that I definitely play like every single time I DJ. Slob on my knob.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
one. I did
yeah.
Every single time. No
But
matter what.
that unifies the nation because everybody knows the song from the hood to the white people to the everybody. Yeah.
No matter where you are, you could drop the fader and people are gonna say it sucks on dick.
Yeah.
Does it? You know what I mean? Like everywhere you could play that song.
Don't drink all the fucking orange juice. We got another podcast after this. I somehow think we're gonna survive with the vodka, but just don't drink all the orange juice. You're
yeah.
gonna. We might have to buy another one.
So
All right.
Slob on My Knob.
Slob on my knob.
Trillville, some cut.
Oh,
Wow.
fuck,
Okay.
yeah.
Usually those are back to back Every
See,
time.
these are a lot of songs I would not have thought of.
Fucking, cause I'm just like stuck in 2007. I'll just like play what was hot when I was in high school. When,
Right.
like, it still goes up. That's the thing. Like you could play some OJ the Juice Man shit. Like I think Gucci Man Trap House
Right.
every time.
See,
Which,
that's the weird thing, though.
That's Gucci, but it's not. It's that's some old ass shit.
But if you play like "I'm a very freaky girl," like
play
every
that. I'll
time,
play
dude,
that.
because
every
people will
time,
love it,
Freaky
right?
Girl, yeah.
But then at the same time, it seems like kind of an obvious choice. So like, I would feel kind of like a certain sense of guilt. And that, but do you have to get over that as a DJ?
Yeah, dude. Like you gotta be like, all right, are you trying to play the most rarest songs, or are you
Right.
trying to play songs that everyone knows and is gonna dance to?
I try to pick.
You know what I mean? Like your job is really just to make people move at the end of the day. So
What are you saying?
I say like play songs that people know and that are like low key rare. Like I don't
mix it
know.
up.
Yeah, I play my top 5 are like a Martian by Lil B. I have it right here. Fucking Finito and Fuya by Chief Keef. And then some new Future,
Right.
like Groupies or some shit. Slob on My Knob too. I'll play every fucking time.
Yep.
And then like fucking. I don't even know, like whatever like booming song is out right now, like that new Travis Scott Antidote is fire.
Right.
So
Do you actually spend a lot of time like intentionally paying attention to new music, or do you like for
the
DJ
bangers,
purposes?
like, yeah, for sure. Like if I hear a banger, I'll download it like right away,
Right.
because I just like to be on top of that
So,
shit.
do you have to be very conscious
I
of like
use-
what the crowd is, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I like a few years ago, I used to check all the rap blogs like every day, download all the new shit, like,
Right.
make sure I was like the dude who like had all the plugs to like the good shit. But it's still kind of like that now. But
It's easier now.
Yeah, it's
you used to
easier.
have to work and like know
Yeah,
the
you used to
blogs
know
or
the
know who
site-
had
like, I used to
shit
go
to know
on-
the DJs.
Why do you say it's
Hot
easier
music
now?
on.
Because you can pay attention to like SoundCloud
I mean,
plays
yeah,
and shit.
SoundCloud like made shit so much easier. Like SoundCloud's booming. Like if something's
Everything's in
popping
one
on
place.
SoundCloud, Twitter,
Where are there
you'll
like
see
rap
it.
charts on SoundCloud that you can go consult to figure out what is popping or no?
I feel like there's. I know on my shit there's like trending songs and
Right.
like, shit that just already is like booming. And I mean, if you follow a decent amount of people, you'll see what people are like reposting and shit.
Well, yeah,
so.
when you go on SoundCloud and you're a DJ, you follow people who like are tastemakers and shit
Yeah.
on purpose because you know they're gonna be reblogging like the
Yeah.
hot shit. So
What kind of like gigs do you usually end up playing?
probably same type of underground shit. You know what I mean? Like just ham stuff like that.
DJ
Like
little function.
yeah, like not since I've been out here, like not too many people show me love on the bookings. other
Really?
than Just
How long
like,
you been out
just homies and shit since 2012.
Oh, really?
But like I just been like lucky enough that like the first people I met are like you know what I mean, people like Adam and Romo and like
Do they fuck with you?
Conrad and shit like that who just all like definitely show me love and plug me in on.
So what do you guys
Ah,
both do outside of DJing parties and stuff? What is like the typical day in the life, or what are your other activities?
Just production shit probably takes up a lot more of my time than
Oh, so you make beats for people a lot too? Is that
DJing
like
shit,
how you
yeah.
make most of the money you make off DJing and shit?
yeah, for sure. No, I haven't had a job for like almost a year now.
Are you still making royalties off of like certain shit,
Yeah.
like Gucci? That's
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've been blessed to where like, I had like a hit song
Yeah.
that I produced and I like didn't get fucked on my publishing and shit
You
like
did.
that.
People who
So,
don't
you
know,
what I
he
mean?
produced Gucci.
I was waiting to see how long it would take you to say that. But okay, so with that, like obviously I'm assuming that there was no paperwork done beforehand. This was just a beat that you made for a joke little video and then it exploded. But then, so
Yeah.
what's the process like for you there to make sure that you get paid and stuff?
I mean, like I said, I was blessed really that I didn't get fucked because I didn't have a lawyer, I didn't have a manager, nothing like that. I basically just went and like I sat down with her lawyer or whatever that she had, and like he was like, "Hey, like this is a pretty good deal. Like we're giving you, you can look at it or take it to a lawyer if you want." And I was just like. I was like, at first I was like stressing about it. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get screwed. Like this can't be right. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
thought about going to get a lawyer and shit. And then eventually I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Sign the shit they gave to me. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I got the right situation.
Are
I
you
got
now
paid, I got
aware
my-
of what the right situation
Now
is?
I'm I
And it
learned
was
a lot.
legit, like it is
yeah,
what you
yeah,
were
for
supposed to
sure.
do?
I mean, I got my publishing. That's what you need. You know,
Yeah.
that's what most people sign away. They don't have their publishing. They sign a deal. they give that shit away. And then when your song gets played or in a movie or radio and shit like that, someone else gets your money, not you.
Do you think was it the result of you having a good relationship with her, and that she probably knew that you were going to one day impregnate her?
If I was like just some random guy, like they might not have blessed me like that. But like I was definitely like working closely with them at that point. So like DJing for her and shit like that too.
Okay, so Kreayshawn, you do this song for her, and then what was it like observing her career after that? Because it was a very unique situation.
It was crazy.
On one hand, she's exploding. On the other hand, it's like, I mean, that might have been one of the first clear-cut instances of like, well, number one, of a white girl rapping, period. Like, people forget that was 100% not done at the time.
For sure.
And also just being kind of like, everybody looking at you like, oh, you're this internet one-hit wonder. Yeah. What are you going to do now?
This was in 2011, right?
Was it an intense time?
I think it was like 2010.
Okay, so I think 2010 and 11 were really like the prime like internet rap years where
Kray,
like that shit,
B,
all these
Riff, so many people
were starting to get clout. And before it was like if you weren't like a mainstream artist, like you weren't getting any sort of like.
And people who would never have been crafted by the label. You know, like the label wouldn't have picked out Lil B or Kreayshawn. You know,
fuck no.
They got the internet. The internet handed it to the label.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, exactly. Like if she never went into that system, she might still be like, you know, doing music and like happier with that shit. But like that shit did not.
Well,
it wasn't the right
pan out
shit,
well.
man. It wasn't the right.
The song that you guys just did was really great.
Thank you, bro. That was just some shit we just made in the house, just like fucking around.
Yeah, that shit was.
I didn't even know she was about to put it out. Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, wow.
So you think that she got totally burnt out on music and just? I mean, obviously, I want to interview her. So like, as long as she's probably gonna watch this because you're her baby daddy. But
I'll tell her. Yeah, sure, she'll come through. She has like a show now too.
Yeah, Lost in Thought. I've listened to many episodes of it.
Chippy.
I'm interviewing Nick. Shout out to Chippy who got deported.
Fuck with Chippy.
You do? You like her?
I love Chippy. I mean, she's a good friend.
But Ned said it in a seductive way, like, "Oh, I fuck
like
with
Chippy.
her."
I don't know. Like I met her last summer when I just moved here, and she was like cool. I was like, yeah, I'm a fan of you. Blah blah blah.
See, that was a weird one because I knew she was from Twitter or whatever, and then I moved here, started to see her all the time, just like hanging out or whatever, and then it's like, boom, she's deported.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Strange situation, but
Okay, a day in a life. So you just produce.
Well, I got a kid,
right?
bro. Like, so
most of
my day in the life is being a dad, bro. Yeah. Like, that's most of my day. That shit is very
so what's
time consuming.
Tending to the child at all times, pretty much. Like,
do you guys have a babysitter and shit too?
No, we don't have any babysitter. None of our families here, so it's like
need a babysitter.
50-50. You know what I mean?
Ned the babysitter. I
would be a filthy babysitter.
Filthy.
That doesn't sound good, dude.
He uses the word filthy.
That sounds like a porn, dude. Not like.
I'm pretty sure he texted me that when he said like, "I'm bringing 2 stacks with me. His beats are filthy."
2 stacks, bro.
Filthy, bro.
Damn.
What?
I'm gonna answer the question.
You want to answer what it's like to be a DJ day to day?
No. Well, yeah, but basically for me, I'm still in college too. I've dropped out 3 times, but I'm back again, and I live in a dorm up in Burbank at this school called Woodbury. I wake up, I go to fucking class, I come back to my dorm, I'll make some beats, I'll send some beats to rappers who might not use my shit. I'll go on Twitter for a while, I'll come down to this shop on some shit and bother these fools for a bit, and then I'll go get drunk and do drugs, and that's it. Like every day. So like that's and bump some cigs from Brandon, and that's
dude.
Really
Ned is like what? What is it in Dungeons and Dragons? You're like a level 10 orc, or you're like a level 10 knight. He's a level 10 cig bummer. Like, we went to emo night, and nobody wants to fucking let you bum a cigarette at emo night because there's a million motherfuckers trying to bum cigs, and it's just L.A. Everybody's used to it. I saw him bum about 15 cigarettes in like 2 hours.
I won biggest mooch in high school.
Did you? You really did?
No
way. Really did.
What were you mooching back then?
I was mooching money.
Money.
Like, I lived like 20 minutes. I lived in. You might know this because you're from New Hampshire. I lived in a town called Grantham. It was like a town of like 2,000 people.
I do not know that. I know like 5 towns in New Hampshire.
Anyways, this town was like 20 minutes away from my high school. So I would drive back and forth, and like my mom wasn't trying to give me no money. Mm-hmm. So I would bum gas money, really. I would just bum gas money and money for alcohol.
Right.
And I used to dip. I used to, like put.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd you stop doing that?
Because I don't know. I used to play hockey for hella long, and that was like a hockey thing. It was like all these hockey players would be dipping and shit, so I thought it was cool.
See, I think I missed out on a lot of parts of like New Hampshire culture, such as dipping, snowboarding.
Funny thing about high school, I used to get drunk in the morning and go into school.
Wow.
Like wasted, and I failed my gym final, my volleyball final.
Because you were drunk?
I was so fucked up off vodka. I was like, they were asking me about the rules and shit and like how to throw the ball. I was like, I don't fucking know. And I failed. I failed gym as a junior.
But they just thought you were an idiot. They didn't think you were drunk.
No, I got caught.
Oh, they found out.
And well, this is what happened. It was the day before spring break. I had this mixed drink in like a fucking Gatorade bottle all day. My dumb ass drunk as fuck. Every class giving it to everybody. So everybody knew I was wasted. So at the last class, I was in math. Fucking vice principal of my school, Lebanon High School, came into my math class and she's like, let me see your backpack. Like, I'm going to take whatever you have, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you're not taking my backpack. I was drunk as fuck. She grabs it. I grab that shit out of her fucking hand, and I run out the bathroom. I run out the room. I go to the bathroom. I throw the fucking bottle away into a fucking trash can.
Did you empty it out, or you just threw it in the trash can?
I just threw it in there, stuffed it deep, and then they saw me. They're like, come to the office. I go to the office. There's like, you have your student cops, or not student cops, school cops, and they bring me into this room. In this room, on one side, there's a door to the office, and in the other side, there's a door to the guidance counselor's office. This cop's like, I'm going to go get a breathalyzer from the main office. I'm like, okay. He goes to the office. I go out the other door to the guidance office, and I dip the fuck out, and I get a ride from my homie back to Grantham, 20 minutes away. I go to my house. My sister's there. I'm like, yo, if any cops come, don't open the door, blah, blah, blah. They came. She didn't open the door. She had my back. Shout out to my sister. And then I just got suspended for like leaving class, but I did get arrested once in high school.
Wait, but so you just never went back?
No, because it was about to be spring break and it was the last class of the day, so I didn't have school for like a week. So then I go back to school and they're like, "Oh, you left your last period early," so like, but they didn't get me in trouble for being drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is impressive.
it was
Wait,
crazy.
you've gotten arrested for what?
For throwing an underage drinking party when I was like 16.
Just at the house, or?
Yeah, just at my house. I lived in like a private community, and there was like hella old people like up in the woods in New Hampshire, and like basically I just had a bunch of people over. Cops came, and fucking everybody left. I stayed. My drunk ass got arrested with like 7 friends, and then I had to go to court for like a few months after that, and.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucked. The cops, they made me pay. Okay, so when they were chasing my friends in the woods, their shoes, they said their boots got fucked up. So they're like, either you take away your license privileges or you pay $300 to get our boots fixed.
What are those? And you responded, "What are those?"
Yeah. But no, I just paid the $300 and then I was straight. But I was like, your boots
Lucky,
got
dude.
fucked up like chasing a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah,
Like,
it's supposed to be my fault that you fucking, like, isn't that just part of the job? You run through mud. You're a fucking cop. Well, how do boots get fucked up running
Sounds
through
like
mud?
you won to me, dude. If all you have to do
True.
is pay
I
for their
won.
But how do
But
boots get fucked
it
up
was
running
the
through mud?
It was the first fucking weekend of my senior year, so the rest of the fucking year, everybody's like, "Oh, Braden got in trouble for drinking."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's tight, though.
yeah, it was kind of cool.
You ever get arrested?
Yeah.
For what? Did you have hood days?
Just like some weed shit, like smoking weed, having weed.
back in New
like,
York?
when I was like, well, yeah, in New York and New Jersey, but when I was a teenager and like young and shit like that, like nothing that ever stuck. And I've got a DUI before too.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
How old were you when you got that?
I was 20.
How much you come out of pocket on that?
Bro, that's like
Especially underage.
the dumbest mistake, like most expensive mistake I ever had. Like
Well, now we have
probably
Uber.
close to $10,000 easy. Like you know what I mean?
10,000.
That's the average.
Bro, I used to live in Wisconsin, and you can get like 3 DUIs before they take away your license.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. It's just like a $200 fine. They're like, whatever, fuck it.
That's the crazy, scary thing about DUIs. That you could just...
Really?
No talking unless I'm like Brandon.
I mean, it's like the car. First of all, I wrecked my car. Totally totaled it.
Oh, so you got in an accident as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
You didn't just get pulled over. Okay.
Totaled my car. Just like ran into a fucking pole. Right? So then they also make you pay $1,000 a year for 3 years.
Right.
So that's another $3,000. You got to pay. My bad. You got to pay. Go to all these classes.
Yeah.
drinking and driving courses and shit like that. All that shit you have to pay for it. Like
And
all
they
summer.
treat you
Boom,
like you're an
boom, boom.
alcoholic, even if you're not, right? Like,
Right.
you have to,
I had to go to that shit.
Right,
that's how
right.
it
I
is.
didn't have to go to like AA or anything like that, but I had to go to this weird like drinking and driving thing that was like full of crazy ass people, and like it was this weird thing where like if they knew you were drunk, like or like drank the night before or something like that, like you're going to AA, like rehab, all that shit. So and they gave me that. It was like Saturday morning all summer.
Right.
So like every Friday night I was like, fuck, I can't party, guys, you know what I mean? I gotta go to this thing. Like so like fucked my whole summer up. Like back I mean, I was still drinking back then or whatever.
You know what I heard is a new thing that they're trying out is experimental in some countries or something, is that when somebody gets a DUI, like traditionally what they do is they basically make it so that it's harder for you to drive. Like they take money away from you, or maybe you can't drive, blah, blah, blah. But I heard that like the thing that they're trying now is, and it's working really well, is making the person get like alcohol tested every morning.
Right.
So then like or even like, every other morning or something like that, because then once they give you that, then it tends to actually like, because most people who are alcoholics, they're not like, oh, I'm just going to have a few drinks, because they know that if they have a few drinks, they're fucked. So they just won't drink at all. And supposedly this has been pretty effective, although.
I stopped drinking altogether now. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like a couple years ago.
What was it, a kid or
drinking.
something?
You know what? Like, I mean, I used to drink like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like,
Where's that
getting wasted all the time and shit, like as much as possible. But then, like, after a certain point, I didn't even make a decision like, oh, I need to stop drinking because of this or that. Like, not even the DUI, like nothing. Like, there was a certain point where I just stopped.
Was it related to the kid or no?
Not at all. Like, there's a point where I just stopped wanting to drink. Like, and it's weird. Like, I never decided it. I used to want to drink every day and shit like that, but I just stopped wanting to drink. Now I just smoke weed.
Yeah.
I mean, I always smoked weed, but I mean,
Now you
I
smoke
don't
more?
want to. Yeah, for sure.
You a dab head or just a blunt guy?
I'm definitely a dab head, but not right now. Like, I've been smoking weed for a
Weed
while.
makes me so anxious.
Yeah, me and
Yeah, Ned hates it.
I don't like weed.
oh, for real.
I'm weird, yeah.
I mean, to me, it's not even like a drug. Like,
Yeah.
to me, it's less intense than drinking some coffee. You know what I mean? It's like
I
wish-
often use that example where I'm like, bro, you don't know how fucking coffee is crazy. Like, if you know what it's like to be addicted to coffee, you know what it's like
Oh,
to be
yeah.
addicted to drugs.
Did
because-
you ever like quit coffee?
Yeah, and it's rough. Like, it took like
Worse than cigarettes for me.
I've never had to quit cigs,
That's
but
crazy,
me,
really?
like yeah, I totally agree. Like, I've gone through like periods of like a week where it was torture, and now I can have coffee like it's whatever. Like, I can
Yeah.
take it or leave it, but for a while it was bad. Yeah.
That headache.
yeah,
and, like-
I was a Monster Energy guy for a while.
Oh, I'm sure, and that's
I like
sugar
Red Bull.
too.
There's a
like-
lot of extra shit in there that you're fucking coming down on.
Sugar
if you quit
and
it.
Did you guys
chemicals.
see this video of this guy who drank like 10 Red Bulls and his heart was like beating out of his fucking chest, like in the hospital? It was crazy.
I'm gonna try to
dude.
find this. What? There's
You
a
gotta-
video.
I remember
Yeah,
I drank
look up kid drinks 10 Red Bulls, fucking heartbeat. Like, it's disgusting, dude. Like, you can see it pounding out of his stomach.
Is it he drank 24 Red Bulls and his heart exploded?
Yeah,
24?
yeah. Oh, maybe it was that.
Let's plug this in.
I was gonna say like
Holy
10. I
shit.
mean, I drank 6. That was pretty crazy.
66,000
but
views.
24 Red Bulls? Are you fucking kidding me?
24,000. Scott, yeah, just zoom in on this because realistically we're not going to be able to embed it. We'll just have to show this.
My heart's starting to go.
No
just,
offense to Red Bull. If you want to advertise with us, this should not stop you. What the fuck?
No, I can't even look at that shit.
His entire chest looks like a beating heart
I
for
can't even look
people
at
who are
that shit.
listening on iTunes.
Oh shit!
Okay, why am I just believing this though? Why? Like, how do we know this isn't something else?
I
'Cause
think it's real, dude. Think about it. 24 Red Bulls.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
this reminds me of the last time I had sex.
I wish.
Yo, this is terrible. This is worse than that shooting video.
All right, we're halfway.
All right,
through.
all right.
Unless it's going to explode. Yeah, all right. Jesus Christ, that was really disturbing.
Right?
Wow.
So sorry for that, guys.
That's worse than the shooting. No, I
I'm
mean,
just going to try to.
Oh, my heart hurts.
Yeah, that was really
Right?
something.
Yeah,
Thank
my heart
God we're
started
just drinking
racing.
Screwdrivers, not fucking. Scott, that's going to be you if you keep drinking all this
yeah, I
coffee.
wish you guys were drinking vodka and Red Bulls right now.
Scott drinks tea now. Scott has been ridiculously addicted to coffee for as long as we can remember. So, oh look,
I did the tea thing for a while. You'll be back.
Let's talk about some crazy shit.
yo, we want to hear some crazy shit? Somebody commented, fucking bullshit. This man died in a car accident. Fucking moron spreading lies. And then the dude who uploaded it responded, ha ha ha, I love controversy.
Wow.
I think you got duped, Ned, but
I got duped.
I mean, that was still terrible to watch.
that was
regardless
enjoyable
of
to
what
watch,
the fuck.
even if it was a car accident. Yeah, that was or terrible, enjoyable. It's not really the same thing, you know.
I feel like the same thing would happen if you drank 24 Red Bulls.
Yeah, I will say this though. One time I had to drive to Texas, and this is before I started drinking caffeine at all. I was like, I'd have a cup of coffee like maybe once a month or something like that. And I was driving down to Texas, and I had to stay awake during the drive, so I drank like 5 or 6 Red Bulls over the course of maybe 6 or 7 hours of driving. And literally the next morning, I remember having like the worst, most non-comprehensible like depression. Like it made me feel so low the next day. And I remember sitting there thinking why am I here? Why the fuck do I even ride BMX? I don't know why I even like BMX. I don't like anything. I want to go home and fucking kill myself, Like horrible depression. Just even though it was only 24 hours or whatever it was, I just felt awful.
And then you have that cup, and you're like, oh shit,
you're back in
everything's
business,
okay
yeah.
again. Yeah.
That's what people don't know. Like my mom thinks it's no big deal to drink coffee every day, and I'm like, it's not a big deal. But I just want you to understand that is
It's a drug.
It's a serious drug, and it's cool that you've been able to live your whole life without having it destroy you. But
Listen, guys, I want to talk about something.
what?
Is eating ass a trend right now? Or
Yes, it is.
But
Because I've been
I don't.
on
Are
that.
people?
I've been on that wave.
Been eating ass. I like that. Yeah.
Been eating ass.
I ate ass before I lost my virginity when I was 15.
Okay, this girl,
Wait,
the first
for real?
girlfriend I ever
Yeah.
had,
She wouldn't let me
won't
fuck, so I was
say her
doing
name.
everything else.
You,
she didn't. First girl I ever dated, dude. Well, not first, but okay, this girl back in New Hampshire, she didn't want to lose her virginity yet, so she let me just fuck her in the ass, like just so she could still be a virgin, and I would just fuck her in the ass.
Okay. And what age was this again?
I was like 16. She was like 15.
That's amazing. Hold on. I was just texting Nick Coletti, just assuring him that we were going to get him in a little bit. But damn, so you lost your V card in the butt?
No. I lost my V card before. I'm saying she didn't lose her
okay.
V card. She wanted to just fuck in the butt so she could still be a virgin, but like kind of have sex.
Do you love anal more than normal sex
I've
or
only
something?
done it a few times, and I did it once at your house.
True.
Yeah,
I know you
twice
did.
at your
yeah.
house. And fucking, I kept accidentally putting it in this girl's butt, bro.
accidentally.
Like literally, like listen, she was so tight. I was like drunk as fuck, hitting it from the back, and I just like it just accidentally slipped into her butt one time, and I was trying to put it back in, and I thought it was a vagina. I was
Is that
like,
even possible?
And yes,
Two stacks. You fucks with anal? Are you a big anal
Not
guy?
really. That's why I'm like, wow, is it
Bro,
that
it's
easy
kinda
to just
too-
like bloop?
It's
But I
too-
think
I don't think that's
black
possible,
dudes don't
dude.
like anal traditionally.
Huh?
Black dudes don't like anal traditionally.
DJ.
Well,
I've
I
heard that.
identify
That's
as
a
half
stereotype
black,
I've
you know what I
heard.
mean?
I don't know.
I'm not like
I'm
guessed
into
it,
I'm
but
into
I never
whatever.
like.
You're into everything sexually, huh?
Yeah,
You're
basically.
trying to find something that you don't like.
Yeah.
But are you attracted to men? No.
No.
Do you think that you really aren't attracted to men, or do you
No,
think
I
you've
don't
been culturally
I don't
conditioned
think I'm
to
attracted to men, period.
not? Right. I don't think I am either, to be honest. But okay, let me ask you this: how do you feel about lesbian porn?
I don't like it.
I think it
Hate it,
sucks.
Right?
It
You
sucks.
hate
yeah.
it.
Okay, like, yeah, because I always
It's
imagine
terrible.
myself fucking the girl
Right.
when I'm watching this shit.
Right.
You know? Especially if it's like the POV shit. I'm like, that's my dick.
Literally, there's this girl that I've hung out with like a little bit recently, and she's hot, and she's got this hot ass friend that she's always hanging out with, and they both have done porn, but they haven't really done much dick and vagina porn. They've mostly done lesbian porn. So the other day, I'm literally just like thinking of something to jerk off to before I went to sleep, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking go watch those two dyke it out. And I fucking turned it on, and even though I know them, even though I banged one of them, even though they're hot as shit, I still was watching it just like, dude, this is the most boring thing I can ever imagine. If there's not a penis going inside and outside of a vagina or a butthole or a mouth or something, I just don't want to be involved in this. I think it's fucked up. I think it's wrong, actually.
I just like making.
I mean, it's super fake too to me, like
fake.
because
It
like
doesn't-
it's not,
yeah.
it's not real lesbians and shit. Like these are like two hot ass porn stars and shit. They just are doing this shit for the camera. Like
I'm into amateur porn.
I like, yeah,
Are you
it's
really?
got to be there. There's got to be like some like authenticity
yeah.
there. You know
amateur
what I mean?
porn
I gotta
or porn I
believe it.
made.
You make porn.
I mean, I've videotaped girls I fucked
See,
sometimes.
I've never done this.
What?
And I know, and I've owned nice
It's
video
so
cameras like my whole
fun.
life.
I never
I've
did
done it.
I've only
videos.
done
I
it
had
with, like,
pictures,
3 or 4
not
Yeah, because
videos.
you previously dated a celebrity. She would not allow that. Hopefully. Kray doesn't need a sex tape controversy, right?
Well, I'm saying never. I never did that shit ever.
See, I think most people didn't really have good cameras, but now you can make a good porno on an
Ooh,
iPhone.
yeah.
So there's that.
Get that. Get some iMovie going.
And think about how hard
Put
it used to
some
be.
music
Like
in there, put some
I used to
Nedarb
know
beats.
dudes who filmed themselves having sex, and they would take a cardboard box, put the camera inside it, cut like a artfully constructed hole in the box, and then leave it recording, which I always thought was really fucking smart. But I mean, that's a lot of work to go through. Like literally, you could film yourself having sex by just taking your phone and putting it right here, and you could let it roll for 2 or 3 hours, and it's not gonna fill up your phone, which is pretty crazy to think it would be that easy to capture such a thing. But then you would have to leave the lights on.
I'm surprised you've never fucking filmed yourself banging.
I feel like
Okay, I feel myself getting head with my phone. Does that
dated
count?
A porn star.
Yeah.
No, how about this? You ever date somebody who then gets a STD? Yeah.
What, like unrelated to you?
Yeah, like I fucked this one girl in college, and then fucking afterwards she got an STD, and I was like, bitch, did you give this
What
STD
STD
to
are we
me?
talking?
Herpes.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, do I have herpes? And she's like, no, this happened after. I was like,
How'd you
good.
find out
how'd you
she had
even
it?
how'd you know?
Because like
yeah.
this kid I knew, I used to be in like kind of like a frat.
Dun dun
I used to be
dun.
at this frat, or it was like a social group. It wasn't even a frat.
Social group.
That's what they called it.
That's what I called it if I was in a
That's
frat
what they
too.
called it. And this kid that I was in this fucking group with had that shit, and he fucked her, and that's how she got it. But thank God I'm clean still. What's up, women?
I'm not gonna lie, I had like a really close call sort of too, where I fucked a girl for a little while, and then she decided to tell me that she had it, and I was just like, what the fuck?
How many pregnancy scares have you had?
Dude, honestly, like one. Yeah, one that came to fruition.
What was that? Were you like fuck, or were you like whatever? I think I'm literally like ready. Like if I got a girl
baby.
pregnant, I'd be like, well, fuck it, let's.
I've
do
never
it.
met anyone in my entire life who's less ready to be a father than you.
I'm ready. Dude.
I wasn't, but I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, like so. Okay, what was your feeling when you found out you're about to have an unexpected child?
Well, you know what? It was never like, oh, this is all right. It's time. I'm ready. But like, also at the same time, I was never like, oh fuck, like gotta get an abortion. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit never really crossed my mind. I think I always was just in my head like, all right, fuck it.
But hold up.
I guess I'm gonna
Hold
have a
up.
kid now.
Hold my phone.
Because I'm like 26 too. I'm not like 16 and shit. So I'm like, all right, I could do this.
I don't
You know
mean
what I
to-
mean? Like,
I don't mean to get personal with you, but did you just not pull out?
I mean,
Yeah.
That is kind of personal.
that's very personal.
There's no way around
I'm
it.
saying
That's how it works. Bro.
I'm just saying, bro. So
No, but you can have a condom, good break.
no, bro.
I came on a tits.
I'm
She
just
got
saying,
pregnant.
sometimes, bro, some sketchy shit happens, bro. Like, you'll use a condom, the condom will break. I remember this one time I was fucking this bitch, and the condom, I came in her, I had a condom on, but then the condom stayed in her pussy.
No, yeah.
Like, is this cum coming out of this condom?
A lot of people do the pull-out method, and that is notoriously it fails a lot.
1,000. Shout out Little Pain.
Yeah.
I might have forgotten too once or twice. You
Yeah.
know?
Right, these
Like,
things happen. But okay, so but at the time that you found out that you were going to have the baby, weren't you already not dating the person in question?
no, we were.
Oh, you were still dating at that point.
Yeah, but yeah.
But did you not plan on it turning into any? Did you break up before the?
We like, she was like pregnant when she was like, all right, this is not working and shit. Like, so I was like, damn. So then at first I was like, all right, maybe it's like this is not even real because like sometimes pregnant chicks go berserk and start
okay, so
flipping
you
out.
thought
So I'm
she-
like,
yeah.
all right, like so then we were just like, all right, but let's just wait and see what happens. Blah blah blah. She's pregnant anyways, so like, yeah, I don't know. Then we just fucking waited out.
Did you
So
guys?
she had the baby and shit, and then yeah, I don't know, it just never panned out and shit.
But does that,
It was
is that
never-
what's it like raising a kid with a girl that you know, or your friends? I would say.
Well, yeah, like it was never like fuck you, like fighting type of shit, like type of breakup really ever. So I don't know, it's not like that. So it's difficult, of course, but it's not like. It's like we're on
like raising
way better terms than I feel like most people are. Like,
you
with
seem
these
very
baby
chill,
moms.
and I don't know what she's like, but she seems.
We're
to be-
chill people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get along and shit. We make it happen. You know, but it's hard. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna change soon. Like, we're gonna be in our own separate places, and that's gonna be a different scenario. We'll see what happens. But
Doesn't it trip you out thinking about the fact that like, okay, you have a 2-year-old right now.
Yeah.
But soon you're going to have a 3-year-old and then a 4-year-old, and then all of a sudden they're going to be in school. And it's just
Yeah.
like this project never stops. It keeps mutating into different versions.
you know what though? It's tight though. Like, you know, we're talking about all this craziness and like how what's difficult. That's like the only difficult part, really. Like all the dad shit, like just dealing with the baby and stuff. Like he's so tight. Like
Right.
I got lucky with that too. Like
Does he cry a lot?
Nah, dude, he's an angel. Like, he's the best kid ever. You know what I mean? Like, he's just mad fun.
That's
Like,
awesome.
He's awesome. Like, yeah, like, he never caused a problem with me. Like, I take him on the airplane, and he's just, like, doesn't give me any shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude. Like, he's the best kid ever.
What's that like? Pushing the stroller? You got like 18 baby bags hanging off of you or something?
Yeah, it's crazy, but I don't
Is it
know.
weird
you just
being in that position?
You get used to doing shit like that. Like, everything I do, I'm holding a person. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, can I ask you, have you ever had any weird situations with like her being a person who probably gets recognized almost everywhere she goes, and then you being a civilian? Like, do you have to deal with bullshit like all the time when you go out in public or when you were dating? Or
No, not really, but only at like events.
right? But do people try to mess with her, or is it more just like creepy fans?
I feel like she has hella creepy fans. Dude.
I mean, there's been other shit with creepy fans. Like, we've had like literal stalkers. Like,
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, oh,
like
yeah.
in real life stalkers.
Oh yeah, like real life situations and
I'm
shit.
sorry,
like,
Kreayshawn.
yeah, like
Ned's
so-
with you, Cray.
I feel like every like female like artist that's kind of popping like that's
It's
you know,
an insane
Yeah. Every
famous
type
woman
of
on earth,
person.
yeah, especially
that
and
like are
especially
attracted to
online,
them.
too.
Like,
They say
on
some
the internet.
outlandish
Like,
shit.
Yo, no, like it's some crazy shit, dude. Like the messages, like that people like send, and like just like the way people are.
How do they
like,
send them? Like, are you talking about
Facebook
email
or-
everywhere?
Just everywhere,
like,
just
they
tweeting,
get
just-
through, or just show up at your door, like whatever, dude. Like,
Fuck
you know what
that.
I'm saying? Like, we've
Fame
had-
sucks.
Felt crazy. Yeah. It's
I used to
whack,
want to be
dude.
famous so bad.
You don't.
I think you
bro.
still do.
It's-
Low key. I just want to be like popping enough to make money off music.
Well, because you know what? It's like you get that fame, and then you don't. When you have that fame, and then you're not like filthy rich to go with it,
Right.
it's fucking ridiculous. Because then you're like just trying to live like a normal human, and you can't.
Right.
You know, like
everybody
so-
treats you like you're something that you know, they
Exactly.
probably treat her like she's rich, treat her like she's some crazy ass shit. But meanwhile, she's literally just like a pretty regular girl that had a moment
That's
and then
it,
has been
dude.
dealing with it
And
ever
it's just
since.
grinding,
This shit is
yeah.
crazy.
So, yeah, I would never want that lifestyle, dude, for
Yeah.
myself.
It must just be crazy for her too because it just happened. It wasn't like she was slow. You know, like a lot of the rapper dudes that we know, they're slowly grinding up and getting more and more
it just
popular.
happened
Or
overnight.
wanting that shit, like
Right, they
putting
want-
their whole soul and
Yeah, their
life
whole
into
life.
it. She just had opportunity.
I remember listening to her podcast with the homie Intuition on Kind of Neat,
Okay.
and she was talking about it and just how like she would just make songs or whatever and just put them up for
Yeah.
fun with like V Nasty or whoever.
Was that
And
that
then
was
it
the
just
state
hap-
she was at when you did the beat? Was she was
Yeah,
making
just
songs for fun kind of
chilling.
thing?
And that's what I thought that shit would be too. Like
Yeah,
I
just
like
some-
I was putting all my energy into other shit, and then even when she did that record, I thought it was amazing and special, but I didn't know that it was gonna be like
right. That everyone was going to
I didn't.
recognize it.
I couldn't say that I did. I had no idea.
See, I feel weird like talking about your baby mama when she's not here, but then at the same time, it's like she's also a musician that
She
you did
seems
beats
cool,
for,
like,
and
I'm
that,
never-
and that you know obviously is probably the biggest success that you've had to this point. So
Yeah.
it's like we're talking now not about the baby mama, but about Kreayshawn, the artist.
Yeah, she's an artist.
It's crazy. Anyway, Ned, I'm gonna switch back to you.
What's up?
Probably one of your most well-known things that you've done. You did a whole mixtape with Xavier Wulf. How'd that happen?
Me and Wolf used to both live in Boyle Heights, which is like close to East LA, and basically like I met that motherfucker when I was still living in Wisconsin, like a year ago, and I booked that show I was talking about where I booked Bones. He was obviously there. Such Hollow Water Boys, and then fucking I just like started talking to him or whatever, and then I moved out here and I was like, yo, let's kick it, like we live close, blah blah blah. He would come over, we would go get drunk or whatever, and then fucking one day he was like, dude, I want to learn how to make beats, and I was like I got you, like let's like get Ableton and then fucking I'll teach you how to make beats. And then he released a tape like right before I think it was like Bloodshore season 2, where he had this beat, and I'm sorry if I forget the fucking mixtape, but he had a beat on there where he made it, and like some dude sent him a sample and he made the shit, and I was like, this is tight. And then he was like, all right, like let's do something, like let's do a tape. We'd been talking about it for a minute. So since he lived so close, he had like an MPK. I would go over to his house, I would put my Ableton up, he would put his little fucking MPK on his lap. We would watch anime on his TV. He would find samples like and just like record it on his phone, fucking send it to my email or whatever, put it in there, and then I would like chop up the sample, and he would just fucking just like, you know, tap in the beats like each instrument on the MPK, and then we just made it. Like, found a bunch of samples online. It's just real simple, like Japanese, like sounding sample.
Plus the Trailer Park Boys theme.
Yeah, there's a Trailer Park Boys one.
Was that all his idea? Or?
No, like, because we both love it. Like, I'm Canadian. Like, I love Trailer Park Boys. and
Best show ever.
He watches it all the time.
Fuck yeah,
too,
he watches it all the time. And, like, we just... At first, it was only going to be 5 beats, and then he was going to rap over them. And then Eddie Baker was like, bro, don't rap over these. Like, just make a whole instrumental tape. Like, that's rare. Like Wolf having an instrumental tape. Like, who would have ever thought that he would come out with a beat tape?
Right.
So then we just did it, and people fuck with it still to this day. Like,
do you agree with that decision to not have him rap over it?
I mean, I
It might
kind
have
of
been bigger if you rapped over it.
I actually like how because what we wanted was we wanted to create a soundtrack for kids to do whatever they wanted with the beats.
Okay.
When we made it, we're like, we know kids are going to want to use these for videos. We know kids are going to want to use these to rap over. So that's what we did. And I mean, like, I produced Hollow Be Thy Squad for him, and like we got some other shit coming out. But that Nedarb and Local Man shit, that's always going to just be like just us doing beats.
Nice.
And yeah, so I'm super happy with how it came out. And then like if you download it, it has like different like album art for each song. Like we were super specific with like what images we wanted for each song and like how we wanted it to like we wanted the images to look like how the song felt. But yeah, shout out to fucking Wolf. Like he definitely like put me on like a lot. Like
A lot more people noticed you after
Fuck
that?
yeah, bro. Like I got so many more followers off that shit. Like it was at first the first rapper to ever fuck with me and shit was like Black Kray, and then it was like Wolf was definitely like up there too.
So what's that process like now and back then in terms of just trying to get rappers on your beats? Like is it just trying to make relationships and then trying to send them out, especially when you were totally unknown? I'd like to hear
It's
your
kind of
perspective
like
on this as
it's
well.
kind of the same. It's kind of I mean sometimes it's harder. Like now it's cool because some rappers like know my name or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh, you produced this, like
Right.
cool."
A little
Like
bit of a resume,
yeah, it's like building a resume. Like, oh, your name's a little bit more familiar. Like, I would love to work with you. Before it was just like, who's this no name person? They would
Right.
have to click on the beat that you send. Like listen to it, whatever. Now it's like, oh, you get a email from Nedarb or whatever. Like this could be cool. Like he's worked with so and so. So it's a little bit easier now, but I still like want to work with hella people that are still gonna be. It's gonna take some time to like work with them. But
Is that your experience too? Like you just have certain dudes that you send stuff to?
Yes, I mean at this point, like I definitely have like a circle of people that I know, that I like to work with and shit like that. So most of my beats I make usually end up just getting like used up by people that I know and shit.
that's sick.
Like I definitely don't like send out shit to people as much as I probably should or like used to. Before you know people, you're constantly like every email you see, like every contact you can get, you're blasting your shit out.
Right.
But then
That must be such a different phase because there's so many completely unknown producers. And you can see why rappers are like that because it's like, well, if you are dope, then why haven't you produced for anyone dope? Like,
Yeah.
you got to sort of establish yourself, but how the fuck are you going to establish
That
yourself
happens.
beforehand?
people want like a brand as much as a beat now, you know what I mean? When people get that Metro beat or that 808 Mafia beat or whatever, like just like having that shit on your track list is like they care about that as much as fucking how the beat sounds. You
How
know
much
what I
do
mean?
you
Because
think
there's
those
100
dudes get for
million
beats?
people that are making
Like once you get to
crazy
their
beats.
level,
thousand.
a few thousand a beat.
Wait, what? How much?
How much do you think dudes like that are
Sonny,
getting?
Like I think they get like a good number of fucking money, like a good amount of money.
At least a couple grand, probably like
Fuck
crazy
yeah,
ass
bro.
money when they're
Like,
on an
especially
album.
with
or,
the royalties with like Future and shit, and like McConan and all that shit. Like they get bands.
yeah,
I'd be selling beats for too cheap. Like fuck that. Like
I love McConan.
McConan's so sick. But dude, listen, I think being a producer now is like harder than being a rapper.
Yeah, harder to get noticed, right? Yeah, and you also
There's
so,
I feel like there's
like,
so
flooded.
many.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking producers now.
Yeah.
And like way more. I see way. I know way more underground producers than rappers.
Right.
And it's just a lot of the times, a lot of the shit ever since like Clams Casino and Lex Luger came out, everybody sounds like that.
Right.
Like cloud rap, trap shit. Everybody tries to make that sound. Even I do. And a lot of kids sound different, or a lot of kids sound the same. So it's hard to be different.
I disagree. I think even though the fact that it's so flooded and it's so many people making beats and music, like there's so many people that like 90% of them are doing the same exact shit, copying off each other. So for me, it's like so easy to just like
do something different.
do something that's
Yeah,
different and
well,
stands out. Like,
that's what I'm saying,
That's what
is,
I
like,
always try to do.
That so like I agree with that. Like there's a lot of people with the same sound, so it's easy to know like okay, I'm gonna do something a little bit fucking different.
Right.
You know, so
But isn't it a weird thing too, where like you know that the rappers that you're potentially selling beats to or giving beats to, that they probably don't want something that's completely creative, off the mark, like completely different. Like, isn't that weird too? That like half the dudes you're sending beats to, you're thinking in your head like he's a dumb motherfucker. He probably wants a dumb motherfucker beat.
Well, when I start thinking like that, it usually doesn't work out for me. When I'm like, oh, like this person probably wants this generic type of shit. Let me
Right.
send that. They're usually like, nah, I don't like this. You know, give me the good shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that. That's what I find people usually, even like the label A&R type of people. They're like, no, give me the dark weirdo shit.
So you have
know, like-
relationships with weird corporate label dudes as well?
Not as much anymore, but I was like years back. I like stopped talking to a lot of those
It's not worth
people,
it,
but-
or
I mean, it never really panned out for me too good, but I also was just different. I don't know, like at that time, like 2010, 2011, I wasn't even as good as I am now. I don't
Right.
think, you know what I mean? So I don't think I was even in the position to be like the fucking next top guy yet. Like now, I think I'm just as good or better than anyone. But like, I really think at that time, I wasn't ready to like do that shit yet. Like I just like in the same way, it just blew up by chance. You know what I mean? Like,
So let me ask you: is the skill like the defining factor when you say like most people do it, but most people suck? But you know, I feel like I can kind of stand above that. Is the deciding factor? Is it more creativity and just having like good taste and style, or samples or ideas, or is it like actual technical know-how?
I think it's a balance of all of it, and then also just being smart. Like,
Smart how?
making smart moves, being smart with your business and shit like that. I was also did a lot of shit years back that was just stupid. You know what I mean? I
Like
was
what?
still-
What was an example of a bad idea that you did?
I don't know, just like just being a hothead, like calling people up on the phone, like, oh, what's going on with this and that with my beat, blah blah. Like when I shouldn't have even been talking to anyone, just let someone else handle it, shit like that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
do you
Like,
have a manager?
nah, I never had a manager really. Yeah.
I don't even want one.
Is it-
I do, but I don't, like, because I feel like it's always some funny shit with managers.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I've dealt with so much bullshit and, like, with just figuring out different things, like, just by myself and, like, almost getting screwed and then figuring shit out to where, like, I feel like I don't need it. Like, I think I think I'm smart enough to do the shit.
Right.
The only setback is that I feel like people, like, don't take you as serious, even though it doesn't make any sense. It's like
Right.
it should take you more serious if you're handling your business. I feel like people take you more serious if someone else like represents you.
You just got to make another email.
I thought about it.
Bro, how about
no, I
this?
thought about it.
Do you fucking hate this when you like reach out?
I know
like,
someone who does that.
Brian.
I don't know if
Talk
you've
to
ever-
Brian, and then you're like on your phone. just
Yeah,
like,
I know a
"Hey,
few
this is
people
Brian."
do that shit.
I don't know if
I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
if this
Smart,
has ever
yeah.
happened to you, but I've definitely tried to get beats to rappers before, and they were like, "Yeah, talk to my manager," and I'm like, "I'm talking to you. You're the fucking rapper. Like
Yeah.
you're the one who's gonna rap over this beat. Like, let me
Translation,
just
I ain't
give it
fucking
to
with you.
Yeah, that usually just means I
Fuck
wouldn't
you.
even keep talking to that person.
Yeah.
But,
Like, fuck that.
That's a weird one.
yeah. Most of the people I ever worked with, I just end up fucking with them on like some kind of personal level first. I feel like, or they'll just like reach out.
Would you say
Now-
that? What were you saying?
I was gonna say now that living in LA, like this is kind of like the hub for like music shit.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
totally.
easy to link
so
with people.
it's easy to like meet people that you could potentially work with. So I try to like, since I'm in LA now, I try to definitely like meet up with somebody or talk to somebody in person before I try to like work with them, because it makes it easier. They put a face to the name. They know who you are, who you work with, what type of style you are, whatever. Instead of just sending out a blank email thinking you're like some random fuck from like wherever. Like it's I think it's obviously better in any occasion just to like meet the person in real life and just make a relationship with them
Right.
in person.
Make it something better,
Yeah.
or realer than
Yeah.
just the bullshit email. Yeah.
Definitely. And then also, I love working with people in real life way more than just sending shit back and forth on email. Like, I have a little like studio set up. I would rather work with a rapper in real life and like mix the shit for him and whatever, and make a custom beat for him than just like send shit and go back.
Would
and
you say
forth.
that being a rap producer, that you kind of have to be in it for the love to a certain extent, because it does seem like kind of an illogical way for you to one day get rich, even though we have seen DJs get rich or producers get rich?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I just love making. Like, I've only been making beats for a year, and I just like being able to like make beats that I like. Like, I just try to make shit that I would listen to, and to even like think that somebody else would want to rap over it or add something to it like makes me hella fucking happy. Like that's just tight as fuck. So I just try to make shit for the passion of just creating shit. I'm not good at drawing. I kind of can rap, but I think I'm the best at making beats. I play guitar, bass, and drums, but so far beats have been working, so I just try to stick to that shit.
Do you consider yourself like crazy passionate about it?
I feel like I've lost a lot of my passion. For
But
sure.
like, what else you good at? Like, I don't think I'm good at anything.
not
else.
the
hungry.
music.
He might not be hungry.
I haven't lost the passion for the
he's
music. I've lost passion for just being a rap producer.
Right.
Like I'm trying to. I have like all these other little side projects and shit that I'm trying to cook up. I'm trying to be playing like
what?
these wacky festivals with fucking EDM carnivals and shit.
Well, how do
Like,
you do that?
That's
How do
what
you
money is, bro.
transition into that shit?
I mean, I got this one thing right now. Like, I got like this band. Like, it's like I have a side project, and then like it's like a side alias,
Right.
And then like
You play in a band?
no, like all right. So like I'm 2 Stacks or whatever, and then I just like made a SoundCloud like of depressed teenager.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Is that
So-
you?
Yeah.
I have
You're
seen
depressed
that.
teenager?
Exactly, yeah.
All
So
knew that.
like for a minute, like I would hide it, right? Like for a minute,
know that was
I haven't been hiding that
Flex
shit at
dropped
all,
the bomb
dude.
on
Like
that.
if you go and see a depressed teenager show, it's me. I show up. Like I don't hide it at all. Like I had the link in my Twitter for a minute, and like
That ain't nobody
people just don't make the connection and shit. So it's so like I just started doing shit under that name sometimes, and then like it'll get way more love. Like so. Like,
Wait, do you have 4,300 SoundCloud followers as depressed teenager? Do you have less as DJ?
Less
Two
as
Stacks?
2 Stacks.
So what's the theme of depressed teenager?
Just like weirdo internet
Twitter,
people
right, for
shit.
that? For depressed.
It's like Tumblr inspired shit.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
You know what I'm
It's very
saying? Like,
interesting.
but
the
like,
Twitter for
it's
it?
the same fucking music. It's me, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So,
looking at the Twitter right now too.
What is it?
At depressed teenager, but it's missing all the vowels.
so,
Good luck figuring that out, Ned.
Shut up.
so check it out. Depressed Teenager is in a band now.
So you're in a band.
Yeah,
You're
what,
speaking-
like whatever. Like, so to everyone, like if they write up, it's like, oh, depressed teenager, blah blah, like whatever.
Crazy. I
So
did not know that was you.
that like that shit that I just started doing.
oh, in the band is called Snake.
Snaked.
Okay. Snaked.
Snaked. And like it's fucking crazy, like real deal, like EDM banger shit. And then my friend like shreds guitar on it.
Wow. Okay.
So it's like,
And
it's,
you think you're about to start hitting the festival scene and shit?
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? Like not like fucking work with the top rapper and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because that would be more satisfying to me. Like have my own project that's out there. I'm just making songs and releasing them. It's our songs. It's like the satisfaction of having a band but not having to deal with being in a band.
Do you want me to outro with this Snaked song?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna outro. We're not done quite yet, but I am gonna end with
keep
that.
going. We
'Cause I
gotta
want to hear
talk.
But that shit.
it. We're already 110 in. What else?
We
what do
gotta
have to
do
hit on?
like 15 more minutes.
Okay, 15 more minutes. What are the topics you want to cover? You fucking weird ass
fucking,
earring
let's
wearing
talk about,
freak.
let's talk about fucking. I don't know. let's talk about drugs. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about alcohol. Let's talk.
We've
about
definitely talked about
fucking-
all those things.
Let's talk about Brandon. Let's talk about fucking. Let's talk about
Branding
more
or
music
Brandon?
shit. Like, okay, how about this? Okay, when did you start making beats?
When I was like,
I'm taking over.
Okay.
I think like 2007 maybe.
Who
or
inspired you
8.
to like really start making beats?
I mean, I just like I always made other kind of music. Like I was into like punk and hardcore and
Same,
metal and
dude.
shit like
See,
that.
I was wondering about
So
that.
I,
Like,
like,
what are your early musical? Like, were you always a kid playing a bass
From
guitar?
I had
Wow.
Fruity Loops from trying to make drums with it and shit
Okay.
like that. And then one day I was like, oh, let me try and make a beat that sounds like Lil Jon or whatever. And
That's
then like,
filth.
you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, I was like, oh, I could maybe do this. And then yeah, at that point, then it turned into like a crazy obsession. I was like, it was
Yeah.
my number one passion in life for years was just making rap beats.
I think if anything has become clear here, it's that Ned needs to find a white woman to rap and go viral, because then you'll be able to live in the lap of luxury like our friend here, and maybe
That's what
also
I'm
have a
trying to
child.
I wish.
That's what I'm trying to do. Bro, I first like got into being in emo bands. Like when
New
I was
Hampshire,
in high
shout out New Hampshire.
school, like I was a guitarist. I played bass drums, but I was playing guitar, like doing screamo shit, like covering from first to last, Census Fail and shit.
You mean Sonny?
Suck my dick. Yeah, of course,
Nobody
Sonny.
outside
That's when he
LA is
was
getting
Sonny.
that joke.
But funny thing about that is I knew he was Skrillex way back then because his screen name was Skrillex, and I would try to hit him up.
But was he a producer then, or was
no?
he?
He was just Sonny, but he had Skrillex tatted on his lip. I was like a obsessed Sonny Moore fan, and I would always try to hit him up and like be a from first to last, like dude, like whatever, like. I fucking loved emo music, and I love like Sonny was like my biggest inspiration, bro. Like, and then I started here. I gotta tell you guys this.
Ned's faded. In case you haven't noticed, it's been progressively more
Getting
faded.
into rap from hardcore music. This is what happened. Basically, I started trying to rap, and I used to make hate raps for kids in my high school.
Hate rap was like white power rap.
No. I would like people would literally be like, Braden, you can rap, like talk shit about this person in this song. I'd be like, okay. I would name a song, literally their first and last name, talk shit about them, call them gay like 100 times. Like, no offense to gay people. I was like 14, 15, you know. I was like just talking shit.
When you're 14 and you're from New England, that is one of the only things in your vocab is you're fag, you're gay, you're queer.
And my name was B Morgs back then. And
you have a hard time beating it?
I made fucking hate raps.
Okay.
And that's how I started as a rapper in 2008. And basically, kids would hit me up. They would request raps from me. And I would make sure that the people I was hating on, I'd be like, yo, I'm about to make a song about you. I'm going to roast your ass. And they'd be like, okay, like whatever, like fuck it. And then it would blow up in my high school. And then finally... I got the cops called on me because they thought I was like, you know, like some kid who got hated on in the song.
Killed himself because of one of your raps.
No,
That'd be
didn't kill
tight.
himself, but they're like, the parents got upset because I was talking shit about them or whatever. And then fucking
You went for the
like,
parents too?
no, yeah, parents, sisters, nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe from nasty Ned.
I started fucking just like making these hate raps, and I stopped doing that, and then I started making this rap group called G-Town Killers.
Oh my god!
Because Grantham was like the town that I lived in. And
I'm so
then,
glad
like,
I never
don't
rapped.
look that up, bro. Like, don't look that up.
Wow.
But anyways,
Look
and
that
then
up.
we made
Look it up,
we
yeah.
made one song called "Dip Pleaser," which was a remix of "Dick Pleaser" by Lil Wayne. And it actually got popping on
Good song.
YouTube.
Really?
There's like 20,000 views on it still to this day. But I started rapping, and then I started producing. But
I love the idea of you like turning your whole high school in New Hampshire into like 8 Mile. Like everybody has to battle each other all of a sudden.
Did anyone reply, or do you just diss
yeah,
them?
people hated me for it.
That
Like,
was something.
Kids
Like,
hated me for
Were
it.
there like response records?
No. Nobody rapped except
That's
for
what I'm
me.
saying.
I was
Alright,
the,
so you
'cause
had the
It was a bunch of
monopoly.
white kids, and nobody knew how to rap. And I was the only kid who like the first rap records that I bought ever were like Ludacris, Chicken and Beer. You know, fucking Yang Yang Twins, me
Nice.
and my brother.
See, this is his era that he currently DJs, basically.
Yeah, but this is the shit that I first got into. It was like Ludacris, Yang Yang Twins, Lil Jon. I was into like crunk shit. And then fucking, I started trying to rap like that. And then kids like just
You tried to rap like Lil Jon?
No, but I tried making beats like Lil Jon. And then I got into the Pack, like Lil B, like the Pack and shit. And like
changed your
hyphy
whole
shit.
life.
Yeah, bro. Once I heard the Pack, I was like, this is the filthiest shit ever. Like, and then I just started making hyphy beats.
So you were a fan of the Pack before Lil B broke
Yeah.
out? See,
Yeah.
that must have been an
So,
interesting thing
dude,
to
it was-
see him become this
Dude,
thing
it was
online.
so weird because like I was a fan of them in like 2009, 2008, and then he started doing that solo shit. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
You thought he was fucking it up?
I thought he was like crazy. I was like, "You're a fucking psychopath!" Like, this shit's crazy. This like I thought it was
I still
cool,
think he's
but
a psychopath.
it was so different, you know. And
you
basically,
still think Lil B's crazy?
Oh yeah.
oh, I already know why he's crazy though.
Why?
Because he used to do hella thiz.
What's this? The weird ass ecstasy shit?
Yeah, bro.
I think I
and
took
he,
that once.
like,
too.
I don't mean to air that out, but like people should know this. Like, he raps about it all the time. Like,
Or used
he
to. Do you think he still does a lot of drugs now?
No,
I mean, I know people who used to do a lot of ecstasy, and they don't act like Lil B, dude.
But what
Yeah.
what is like the
But-
key thing about how he acts that you think is so weird?
because he's just.
So you're like a
he's-
mega fan, and you seem.
Bro,
I'm a
he's-
big fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fan.
No,
Don't
he's-
get it twisted.
He's sketchy. He doesn't have like good social skills. Like, keep it 100. Like,
But you don't think he
like-
might have been like that beforehand too?
no, bro. Because
Okay.
if you listen to like his old records, like from the Pack early on, like how he even speaks in songs, you know, it's just so much different. Like, I think like drugs just kind of like fucked him up. Like, shout out Lil B, he's the fucking illest. but I definitely like I don't know. I think shit definitely got to him, and he's a great person now. Like he knows what's right and wrong. He used to like rob cars and shit, and like hit hella licks on houses, and he doesn't do none of like. Lil B's a fucking legend, man. Nobody can talk shit on Lil B, but like. The Pack was like my first main inspiration, and I remember DMing him and being like, "Bro, like I love your guys' shit, but what are you doing? Like, what is Like a Martian? Like, what is this?"
Did he hit you back up?
No, but he would like hit me back up about like when he would release shit and shit, you know.
What, he would hit you up and be like, "Yo, Ned, let me get the promo on this new mixtape."
No, I remember being like, "Bro, when's the next Pack album drop?" And he would be like, "Bro, December, whatever, like 2009, like Wolfpack Party, like." Like, he would respond and shit.
It must have been a weird day for Xavier when his ex-girlfriend became, like, Lil B's, like, Instagram crush. You remember when Lil B put up, like, 18 photos of her in a row?
All that stuff that he does is weird to me, dude. All that, like, girl crush time and shit like that.
You never done a WCW?
No, I mean, you know the shit that Lil B does? So, like, girl time, like, that shit is mad weird, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'll see the pictures. They all look like 14 and shit, like sending him pictures of like their feet and shit. And it's like, that shit just seems a little off to me. I don't know, dude.
I said something about that one time because you know how you'll see like Ian Connor and he'll just be like, he'll put some super hot black famous Instagram model on Instagram and just say like, "I want her" or some shit. And then I don't know what percentage of the time it works out for him. But
it works.
There was a chick that I was like talking to that I was kind of feeling, and I mentioned it to her and I was like, "Yo, if a dude did that to you, would you be complimented or would you think it was kind of weird?" And she was just like, "Well, you know, if he was like popping on Instagram and he was actually willing to say that he like thought I was so dope, then yeah, I guess I would take it as a compliment." And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I just wouldn't be willing to take the risk of shouting a girl out and then her just being like, "Nah." You know, like that is. I don't want her to find out who I am because of the fact that I posted a photo of her and I got all these likes. I want her to find out about me because I did something nice and normal, like slid in the DMs and said, "Yo, let me see some butt pics."
That's so funny. That's nice and normal now.
Nice and normal is to do a WCW.
No,
the DM sliding. Yeah,
DMs.
I mean, like that has this stigma, slide in the DMs, but really, like it's just sending a message.
Bro, that's how I meet everybody now. Is through Twitter. Like, I don't meet anybody in real life. Like, all you guys I met through, you know, whether it be online or online and then in real life.
I met you because I was hanging out with Xavier and you would just seem to be
But I met Xavier
around.
online.
Okay, well,
you know? Like, I met you online. Brandon met you through him. That's kind of online, like, you know.
That's true. You meet a lot. Well, yeah. I mean, if you have a similar interest, it's just likely that you're going to know about each other. You know, if you're both producers or like,
dude,
I'm a BMX
especially
guy, he's a BMX guy.
in the music world because everything's so like, you know, it's not really connected in real life too much until, you know, get into a city like New York or LA. Everybody's in so many different places. You just talk online and then you fucking meet them. Like, I love the internet. Like,
same.
It's so filthy. Like, you can meet whoever, and plus you can get to know them before you even meet them, which is tight. You can filter out who you want to fuck with, and most of the time you're like spot on. You're like, yeah, like I'm gonna fuck with this person.
I feel like it could fuck it up though. For me though, like there's been times where I'm like, I decide I don't like someone because their internet persona, and then I meet them and I'm like, wow, this is really great.
Oh, so you're saying you don't fuck with them first?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I love the internet. I love meeting people on it, but there has been times where like just knowing people through the internet only, like I really decided in my head, oh, I probably wouldn't fuck with this person. I don't like them. And then you meet them and they're like, wow, it's my best friend. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of times where this happens to me. Is like if I'm talking to a girl or whatever on Twitter, and they act like a certain way on Twitter, they're not like that in real life. Like a lot of like
Never.
I don't know. Same with dudes too, but like I'm talking about girls who act like they're part of like hoe Twitter and shit. Like they're like talking about like how much of like a hoe they are. It's like, girl, you fucked 2 people. Like, this one girl was like, I fucked 3 people. But you always talk about fucking people online. It's like, shut up.
You know, when
like,
I hear a girl say, I've fucked 3 people, what I hear is, I've fucked 80 people.
Yeah. Bro, this one girl who you know. That I was fucking with. You know.
Oh, okay.
Her. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about?
No, but I mean, I assume.
Cut. All right, anyways, cut that. But basically, this one girl, she fucked with me one morning. She was like, okay, by the way, my body count is 80. And I was like, she's like, love me or not, but my body count is 80. And I was like, First of all, I don't ever want to hear what your fucking body count is.
Yeah.
And second of
Don't
all,
call it a body count.
I was like, how are you gonna let 80 motherfuckers hit?
Yeah.
Like what? I was like, I fucked probably 25 girls.
And she's young
I'm
too,
22.
right?
Yeah, she's 19.
I don't even know
18,
80 girls.
You know? I was like, how do you fuck 80 people?
Yeah.
And then the next day, she's like, I'm just kidding. I fucked 3 people.
Liar.
But she tweets like she's fucked 80 guys.
I don't believe it that she hasn't fucked
don't
80.
know.
She fucked you, no problem. And you're telling me that there's only 2 other motherfuckers who got
That's
the
what
same
I'm saying.
treatment?
There's got to be
Get
at
outta
least a
here.
few more. But I hope there's not 80, like, because then I got to go get tested again.
You want to know the thing is a lot of girls don't realize how good at math you are or how good at math I am. I'm not good at math at all, but like I remember one time I was talking to this girl. She's like, 22, and she told me like she just had mentioned like, yeah, I've only been drinking for 2 years. And then one day we're sitting there and I was, we got into the conversation about how many people we'd had sex with, and I told her, I'm not telling you, it's not happening, blah blah blah. And then she goes, well, my number is kind of high, but I don't think it's that bad. And she,
I hate that.
yeah, and she said like.
Don't even tell me.
Like she said, I think the number might have been 30, but in my head, I was just like 30 in like a year and a half that you've been sexually active. Like she had already given me the time count table.
When she lost her virginity?
Exactly. So I was able to just immediately do the math in my head and be like, that's a motherfucker
That's
every
like
2
4
weeks.
guys a month. That's like hella dudes a month.
2 dudes a week. And the other fucked up thing is that, too, I think this is what made it really bad in my head, is I was like, and you had a boyfriend for 6 months and you told me you never cheated on him. So you're talking about like a motherfucker every 8 days? Damn, that's a
that
lot.
makes sense then, because she broke up with him and then she's like, I'm going to give him my rebound.
Yeah,
She's
right.
fucking like
and I got
20
I got no
dudes.
room to talk shit. I'm just saying that girls should be careful with how much they tell us, because we're really paying attention when they start talking about body counts, which I like that you
never
called it
ask
that.
about body counts.
I'd rather
hell
not
no.
share.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's just it doesn't.
I'm
matter,
sus.
dude.
I get jealous and shit.
Yeah.
Like real shit.
Oh,
like
that's
I know
good.
that's
You don't
a
wanna
sus trait.
You can't be jealous.
I can't be jealous, but I'm like, if you fucked 80 dudes, like, no. Like, I don't
I wouldn't
wanna
say that that's
fuck
a
you.
call
That's not
for-
special anymore.
That's not a call for being jealous. That's a call
Not
for being
jealous.
skeptical. Like, oh, you might have
but
a weird
exclusive.
Yeah.
You want to fuck girls that are rare. Like, you want to fuck girls that don't fuck many people, right? Like, you want to fuck girls that are like, okay, I'm selective.
You do, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, a certain part of me wants like a girl, but a certain part of me wants a girl that can relate to me and has been around the block. So I don't know.
I don't want a
will
girl
say though
that's
that
been around the block.
now for me, it's very strange because
Bro, I'm
okay,
talking-
you see the girl that came and visited me before. Like me and her, we probably first had sex like 2 years ago, and then ever since we sort of like we'll hang out here and there. She's crazy about me. I like her a lot, but at the same time, like, I don't really feel like getting into a serious relationship and just completely changing my life or whatever. And every time we hang out, we kind of like do like a slight little like jokey discussion of like when we're going to start dating.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I swear to God, I'll stop fucking other bitches tomorrow. And she's just
what
like,
I
she goes,
do too.
no, you won't. And I was like, okay. I'm like, she's right. She's like, if you're going to stop fucking other bitches because of me, I need like a 40-page fucking book report about, because she's right. Like I would have to
Bro.
go to some extreme length to convince her that it
But
was
what
serious.
about guys she's fucking with?
I
How
don't
about
know.
this?
I never asked, so I don't know.
This one girl I'm fucking with right now, I was with her last night, and she's like, you were at this party I was at the other week, whatever, and you were acting brand new because you came with a girl. I was like, yeah, I came with a girl, and I was acting brand new because I came with her, and I'm not trying to like fuck
Yeah.
around with her. And she's like, well, no, I don't want you acting brand new because I want to be able to come up to you and kiss you and like do whatever I want with you, blah blah blah.
What she mean when she says brand new, acting brand new? This is
Acting
weird.
brand new, like acting like they're a stranger, like acting like
okay,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
here, acting like they're, I don't know them, type
Right.
shit, which I did do, and I'm sorry.
Hella
to you.
awkward. I've been in this
if you
position at
watch
Ham
this.
many times where like I'll go to Ham and see the girl that I hung out with last week, and I'm hanging out with a new girl, and she's just looking at me
I
like,
need a girl that has no social life and no friends.
well, you're not gonna find it at Ham on everything in Los Angeles.
I'm not gonna find that in LA, but I'm trying to like not meet girls online anymore because I want to meet people in real life that don't have like fucking internet personas because they just know too many people. I don't want I like girls who like. I don't know. This sounds selfish,
See,
but
I think
I want people who don't know a lot of people.
But you're
I want
basically trying to
I'm
find-
with you 100%, bro.
You're trying to find
feel
women
me?
that are
Yeah,
so blatantly different than you, people that you would have nothing in common with, and I think you're holding women to an unrealistic standard.
I mean,
Bitches
I
be
don't know,
fucking.
dude. I'm not from LA. Like, LA is so different than Wisconsin.
It's not even that unrealistic just to be like, hey, like my next girlfriend, like like I wanted to not know what ham on everything is.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like that's not that unrealistic. Like
if a
you know
girl's
what I mean?
obsessed
Like,
with ham, bro,
that's
she's a
regular.
thought. Like,
Not
let's be
necessarily. She
real.
might just like going and dancing and taking Molly and.
I don't know, bro. All of them go there for a reason, bro.
Yeah, but we go there for a reason, right? To hang out with our friends and party and to probably have sex with somebody that you've never seen before. But doesn't mean that they necessarily are inhabiting all of those traits.
My next girl
I think
can't
we all
be
go
part
for
of
the same
Hamley,
fucking
dude.
She
reason,
can't.
man.
She can't
I
be in
think
the ham.
males and females both go to ham to get fucked up, have a good time, meet somebody they like. You know.
I don't know.
Like-
I'm gonna get Adam and Romo's thoughts when I have them on. I'm gonna
What's
be like,
up, Adam and
yeah,
Romo?
What about not fucking?
You guys
family-
all know
family?
you have the biggest thoughts at your parties. Like, come on, like every male and every female goes there to turn up.
Right.
Turn up includes, you know, whether you like drinking, whether you like smoking, whether you like talking to, you know, you're like somebody you're interested in. That's like 3 things. Like you're down to have a fucking good time. You're not there to be a square. You're not
That's
there
why
to
I go to
stand.
be a square, dude.
You're,
You go to be a square.
Oh yeah.
but come on, bro.
Find
like
a couch, stand on the
you
wall.
go, yeah, but listen,
Don't drink.
You go there to be like, I think not you, but I think some people go there to be a square if they know somebody and they know they can't do nothing else. That's how I used to
But
be.
are you really telling me that you want to date a girl that doesn't like drinking and fucking? That sounds really boring.
that doesn't like drinking and fucking?
Yeah, it sounds awful.
I don't know, bro. I'm kind of into it.
But
I'm
like you
talking to
could be
this one
into
girl-
drinking
I'm
and
talking to this
fucking,
one
but
girl
not
right
be
now
like
that's
that
like-
type of.
Right, there's definitely a distinction.
I'm talking to
there.
this one girl that's like, I'm a virgin. Like, I've never done anything. Like, blah blah blah. Like,
Well, that sounds
He just starts
scary,
looking
too.
at his phone, blah, blah, blah.
I just got a text from somebody who's like, "Hey, what's good?
All right.
This is baby Selena's homegirl."
We're at 127 in, 2 stacks. You got anything last minute that you want to talk about? Anything important? The Rachel Dozal of this podcast?
Shit. That's a lot of pressure.
I got some shit.
Ned's just freaking out about a text he just got.
Fuck Yelawulf.
Why?
Bro, yes.
Oh, the Confederate
yeah,
flag
yeah.
shit.
Go in.
Let's get this out of the
That
way.
was my boy who he posted that picture.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's
bro,
my
go
dude,
in.
Chase
You know-
Money.
Are you
Like,
talking about the Lee shit?
yeah, like,
go in.
Wait, what are you saying?
all
I
right.
told you about this.
No, I saw that he was
So-
supporting it. The flag.
All right.
Confederate flag.
So at like the Babylon shit, they have like these flags, or these shirts burning the Confederate flag. I guess Lee posted a picture of my dude Chase wearing the shirt. It's just a picture of him wearing it. Blah blah blah. Yelawulf starts going ape shit
In the
comments.
Really?
Like, fuck this, fuck you, West Coast yuppies, blah blah blah, like all this crazy shit, like leaving like 30 comments, like he's going crazy and shit. And then like I guess like Lee didn't say anything, and then like he posted the same picture on his Instagram.
Right.
And wrote this whole other thing like, fuck you guys, blah blah blah, I'm not gonna stand for this ignorance.
So that
like,
whole thing was a trash talk
Bro,
subtweet.
did you see Vince Staples though going in? He was like, it was just talking
yeah,
like.
that was funny.
What Vince was siding was
Yeah,
taking a stand
he was
against
just like,
Yelawolf?
yo, Yelawulf is off one right
Yeah.
here. Like, he's going.
But he really was like, yo, fuck you, like I ride for the Confederate flag, like but then like he kept putting like this double lightning bolt shit, which like I mean that's like some white power shit, and
He
like
did?
he
He put
really
that in
kept
there?
doing that.
That
dude.
is-
Like
that's
he
like a white
kept
power
being like
tattoo, yeah.
SS.
That's like a Nazi thing. as well.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he kept doing that, and like everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like you're defending a Confederate flag, and keep writing double lightning
See,
bolts." Like,
I will say though,
it was super sus.
I kind of like get his point of view that he's coming from, because if you're a kid from down south, you grew up and this was just a symbol of the South, and he did make a good point when he said like Andre 3000 wore it at the VMAs or some shit. However, it's kind of not a good point because Andre 3000 is a black man who made the decision to wear that, and that, you know, Kanye made Confederate flag shirts. It's like it's like the N-word. Like we give black people a pass to take this symbol and to use it as they feel, but then a white person does it and you view it in a completely different context.
I think I don't think he should have done that, bro. Even if that's the way that he feels, like he made himself look really bad.
If you're a
bro.
white rapper, you owe it to the public to be racially
to
sensitive.
not
because
do that, yeah,
you know
like,
that you're
even
taking
if
part
that's
in
how
a
you
culture
feel,
that was
dude.
created by and that is mostly governed by people that are black, and that these
Yeah.
symbols mean a lot to. I thought it was a very strange decision.
But the
on Yelawolf.
dude who's in the picture is from Texas.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh fuck you, West Coast yuppie, this and that." So and he's just like, "Yo, what the fuck you, bro. I'm more from the South than you. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, take my picture down.
See, I did not know that when Yelawulf went on that tirade that it was a little bit of a Babylon hate. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, he said, I'm offended as a skateboarder.
He said that.
He said, I'm offended as a skateboarder.
But can we
bro.
verify Yelawulf's skateboarding skills? I'm gonna look this up.
I always thought he was a skater. Like his whole image now, he's like straight up Kid Rock.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
No,
Like, I didn't see him for a while. The last time I saw him, he was like this skater guy. I thought.
Okay, It must be legitimate because there's a video with 107,000 views.
He's offended as a skateboarder.
And it's 15. It has a 15-second ad that we're gonna watch. But then it's called. Okay, we're almost done here. Yelawulf skateboarding compilation.
Wow.
Let's just see a little bit. We just have to see what exactly he's got going
I don't
here.
doubt his skills.
They have the Angry Orchard ad playing right here, just for the record. But let's see like a couple tricks. There he is, standing in the middle of traffic.
He used to look like a skater.
Got a joint. Got his supers on.
Fine ass bitches out of me.
You get to see a trick. It looks pretty good cruising around.
Fuck Yelawulf.
You feel that?
Yeah.
See, Gangsta Boo was just in here showing Yelawulf mad love,
I
so
don't give
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt just because that's our homie. And
Shout out to
she's my
Gangsta
BFF
Boo,
now.
But like, fuck Yelawulf.
Okay, front side nose slide, right? Am I naming the trick correctly? Back slide. Fuck. Front slide. I knew it. Rolls over the bump.
He looks racist. Look at his eyes, dude.
What was that? Switch front crook, back crook. I don't even know. I'm so bad at naming skate tricks, dude. He's got some nice shoes on in every clip. Oh, he can kick flip.
I'm a dad now.
What's
I
that, a
just
three
call
flip?
everything a rail slide.
If he could tray flip, that's pretty legitimate, I think, right? Stevie can tray flip. Stevie's incredibly talented at all action sports, as far as I can tell. Well, you know, this is not the most intense stuff I've ever seen, but it's better. You know, he's probably a lot better than Lil Wayne. A lot better than, you say better than Beagle? Oh, better than Beaver.
I mean,
Beaver.
like, I believe that he actually skated in his life. He's, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's not just like
He's
trying
not totally faking it, yeah.
to just like have that image and shit.
I mean, dude, if you can kickflip and tray flip riding down the street at a decent speed,
That's not that easy.
yeah, that's like, you know, it's one thing to do a tray flip just standing there, like dead stop. That seems pretty easy, but
Yeah, he's pretty
he
good.
got a little bit of speed. Yeah, he's got some, he could skate around, and he's just not a total retard. Should I not say retard? Is that fucked up?
You know what?
fucked up word, Adam.
I don't get that one, dude.
I'm so not ready to stop saying retarded. Like I stopped saying faggot, I stopped saying gay, which were huge parts of my
I haven't said
vocabulary
faggot
up until a
in
couple of
years.
years ago. You know, those
I
where I grew up, that was
choose where I
every
say
word.
it, yeah.
Every word was faggot and gay.
I try not to say it anymore.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I feel like the gay people that I hang around
Wouldn't care.
throw it around like crazy, and
Right.
it makes me feel like, oh, hey, maybe I should start calling people a faggot again. And like, I don't know.
Maybe I should bring it back.
Yeah, like,
No,
exactly.
I really hope this doesn't come off as super offensive. Ned, you got any last words before we get out of here? Because literally 2 Stacks' last
got
words
some more
were "fuck
offensive words.
Yelawulf." We got like 2 minutes left on tape, so you're gonna have to.
How many minutes we got?
2 minutes. Send
right.
your shout outs, bitch.
All right, listen, I got to shout out. Okay, what's up? My name is Ned. I got to shout out Black Kray, bro. Black Kray was the person who fucking put me on. If Black Kray didn't rap over my beat, Why My Soldiers Cry, nobody would fuck with me to this day. He was the first person who fucked with me. Shout out Xavier Wulf, Hollow Squad. Shout out Eddie Baker, Healthy Boys.
Black Kray,
Black
come do the
Smurf.
podcast.
Come do the shit, bro. Like,
We on that goth money.
shout
shit
out
right
any
here.
bitches fucking with me. Like, I don't have a lot, but like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
I was
more.
gonna say that for
Literally,
you.
like, bro, I'm trying to get wifed up. Like, I don't even like being single. Like, I've been in a relationship with a girl since I was like, you know, a freshman, sophomore in high school. When I was like fucking 13, I'm 22 now. That's 10 years of relationships. I'm ready to. I'm single right now, but I like being in a relationship.
All right, well, this
What's
seems like a
up?
strange tangent to go on
Where's-
at the exact.
Where's the girls that want to date me? Sponsor me. Use my beats and fuck me. That's
They
all
got
I gotta
abs
say.
for this and shit.
2 Stacks has
Shout out
clearly
2
exhibited that
Stacks.
he's
Shout out
ready to go
Kreayshawn.
the whole way.
Tell
So
Krayshawn to
maybe he
use a
could-
beat of mine, bro. I'm trying to get on. Like,
Ned is lit. I love it.
drunk as fuck now.
Holy shit.
All right, so this has been
baby!
No Jumper. I think number 7, or maybe 8. And I would like to say shout out to my man Ned, my man 2 Stacks.
fucking lit.
This has been a great fucking podcast. I've
Let's
really
do
enjoyed
this.
This is the
myself
best
on this
podcast
one.
ever.
Hey.
And yeah, where can we reach you? What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is Nedarb Nagrom. It's NEDARB NAGROM.
Beautiful.
It's kind of weird. It's my
DJ
name,
2 Stacks?
Braden Morgan, backwards on everything.
Yeah, Brandon Morgan.
Backwards.
Braden Morgan.
Braden.
At DJ 2 Stacks, spelled out regular, everything. Check out my son, Depressed Teenager, too.
Yeah.
Depressed Teenager without all the vowels.
And
Snaked.
we haven't heard this yet. I haven't heard it, but
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
gotta hear
end
this
with a
shit.
song called Paul Stanley.
Co-signed
Do
by
it.
Paul Stanley himself.
He co-signed it.
Yeah, he tweeted it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. He probably has Google alerts set up.
Exactly.
And you got
That
four
shows
followers.
Very exciting.
4 followers, at least one of which is yourself, and at least one of which is your baby mama.
Wait, what?
The
Oh no,
snake.
that's who it's following.
Oh, 4 following. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
We don't have a lot of followers, but it's got to be more than 4.
Well, we're going to find out what the world thinks of Paul Stanley by Snaked right now. Thank you very much to everybody out there. This has been No Jumper. Please subscribe. Check out our clothing line, onsomeshit.com. And if you're a girl and you want to find a boyfriend, we got a guy with glasses and a bunch of weird piercings in his nose right
What's
here for you.
good, bro? Hit me up.
Scott, let's end this with a slow
Hey,
zoom in to Ned's face.
Hey, I'm single and ready to mingle too.
Zoom in.
All the ladies
2
out there,
Stacks is also single,
so you can slide into my DMs.
Slide into 2 Stacks, but slide to
racially
me
ambiguous.
I'm half something.
We out. Thank you very much, guys.
Filthy.
Boom.
All right, then listen. You know. Listen. You know. It wasn't too long ago we was here, and I tell you, every time we come here, damn it, it just gets better and better. You people are dynamite. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You feel good? All right, then listen. I want to know if we got any people here tonight that like to get got any people tonight that all right, then listen. You know, every once in a while we like to get a little white. We like to take a taste of. I want y'all to know something, just in case you're starting to get tired. We are just getting started! Yes, indeed.